Fortunately, the most scientific of you guys ended up struggling a bit with maintaining a scientific approach because she was faced with a great deal of aggression from these two entities that she had managed to capture in a bottle. After surgically removing them from Bent, Bent himself actually ended up convalescent, essentially, from the procedure, slowly recuperating. Leo herself tried to communicate to some level with the spirits, but during the night she experienced a dramatically distressing nightmare. She woke up to more of these interactions that felt very much unwanted from the spirits that apparently were capable of some level of telekinesis, interacting with the world, even though they didn't appear to have a physical form. They tormented her for the better part of the morning until it escalated while everyone was having breakfast, and the inn was shook by the scene of her nearly choking to death, apparently on herself, basically. Nothing seemed to be there, but the more observant among you noticed that Leo had very clear hand imprint on her neck during this experience. And she noticed especially that there seemed to be two separate creatures somehow interacting with her body and trying to strangle her. And she especially felt both of their left hands interacting with her quite insistently. Finally, in a rather dramatic escalation where she was effectively passed out altogether, Ashley Au figured out that this was probably something that had to do with the spirits that she helped extract from Bent. She nodded to Ibassad and mentioned spirits, and they looked at the bottle, kind of made 2 + 2 and figured out that probably it had something to do with that. And they uncorked the bottle, so as long as you guys are aware, these entities that have in some way or another first possessed Bent and then tormented Leo are gone. It seems like they no longer are threatening you, and the rest of the day was spent by Samir going to market and acquiring a few items that he wanted to buy. He observed a funerary procession heading to the hermitage outside the village to bury the noble's son, who was brought back by Guinevere. He spent a little time haggling over the buying and the fitting of a saddle for his mule. Came to learn something about possibly a member of his family. And we concluded the last week's session with Leo acquiring a chicken from the market and just taking it outside just to be a little less obvious and in the open, and basically eating the animal. And it helped her recover a bit from both the strain of the close call that she had in the morning and possibly her mind off of the very harrowing experience. We more or less concluded there, so there hasn't been too much further development when it comes to the overarching plot. At least nothing you actively moved along specifically. We can essentially take it back from there, unless you guys have specific points to make. Or
I need to go to the market, guys.
Okay, so as I mentioned, it is definitely last week I specified that it isn't the usual market day that normally this village apparently experienced, Samyar witnessed an exchange with the militia where traders from outside the village that come specifically to trade on this day and have their stalls and try to, make a profit, were protesting with the leader of the militia because the passage of the funerary procession for the dead heir of the noble was kind of stalling the trade a bit, and they were a bit upset that they came all this way to sell their goods and they couldn't, because they finally came to an agreement where the stalls were moved up to the very sides of the road and made way for the passage of the mourning group. So you have some more, let's say, trading goods options today, because specifically it is a day of market, and there aren't just the local artisans with their own goods to sell. There are also traveling merchants. So if you say wanted a boat or something, made specifically, there might be people.
I'm in the market for a boat.
Okay, well, so you are recovering.
Things.
You woke up in the covered wagon after the surgery. You're feeling a little better. You essentially now have one might to, let's say, do something with, and are not considered spent as you were. Obviously, you're still aching.
It's only been 1 day since last day I was alive.
Yeah, it has been 1 day during which you suffered a pretty extensive surgery that was eventually performed on you with a fingernail, essentially, because you're so tiny.
Yeah.
So, you have to give credit to Leoritis, because she essentially was faced with operating on a bug-sized creature of whom she didn't really know the full anatomy of. So she did the best she could and actually managed to get the spirits out of you somehow.
Pretty good job.
Yeah, all things considered, exceptional results. However, the natural process of healing, although you are fortunate in that you don't need to eat and recover slowly by nurturing yourself, you just need enough sunlight, essentially. It's still gonna take a bit. It's still gonna be a little challenging. You're still feeling a bit achy, but at least you're awake, you're alive, you're no longer possessed as far as you know, and that's certainly quite comforting, especially having witnessed the various reactions of other people to the notion that you might have been possessed.
Yeah, gotcha. A boat is about a rich in it.
Yes. You get out of the inn, or rather the covered wagon that stood parked, let's say, beside the inn. You see that there's a small well in front of it where people have been washing, especially patrons of the inn. And just further ahead, there's this square where apparently the noble and his familiars have passed recently, and you can still see the tail of this small mourning procession heading outside. And you can see various stalls that are not the usual storefronts that would have been there previously. So at least you have a selection of people that are, let's say, new faces compared to the last time there was a bit of market, and you can go and see if there's somebody. You quite quickly notice that there is a carpenter that has brought stools and various little chairs and small chests. Somebody that works wood. You presume that they might be able to carve a boat for you, potentially, if you were able to convince them to do so, to take the commission.
Hola, signore. Hola, signore. Do you make boat?
After a moment, you see this upright. It seems to be of Karen descent. even though he has a fairly short snout. It is a little startled at first, noticing how small you are. Then it focused a bit and took in your features and says, "Are you an innate, sir?"
Hola, senor. Yes.
Oh, all right. You need a boat?
Yes. I have friends. I need boat.
For
I need to
yourself?
smuggle over border. Over America. Yes.
You need a boat for yourself, but how large? Because I could carve you a spoon and you would be able to probably, sail on that.
Well, I need to take the wave and to also take my big man friend.
Oh, something. You have others that need to. I see. Well, I could probably have something made. I usually handle furnishing mostly, but I suppose I have friends that are more capable of shaping something seaworthy. It is something that I might need a few weeks to shape properly if it needs to withstand, the sea and not just a small current.
Yes. This could get this good.
Well, so are we talking about an actual vessel, something that needs to cross large amounts of water, or just enough to cross a river, or what are you in the market for?
Medium large lake.
I see. So at least no
1
great
to 3 man
tides,
power.
nothing.
Like 2-man power boat.
Enough for 2 folks. Well, say.
2-man power. Power by 2 man.
All right. So with 4 oars, maybe something like that.
Yes. Sounds good.
All right. Well, I would ask of you 1 solitude, if that's all right, as a down payment, and
of course, yes.
I should be here coming week once again, provided no further children of our gracious host die. And well, I'll update you.
Yes. This sheepman was to blame for this. Yes.
A sheepman. I don't know. Was there?
Yes. These are Breen. Breen. These are Breen man Samir. He was to blame for this.
Did he slay the noble's child?
Yes.
He did?
Yes, he touched the remains. Not appropriate.
Oh.
That's why she cried.
Oh, is that right? Well, oh.
Yes, you have a good day now, man. I have other shopping.
Do you have the coin on you? I doubt that. It's probably larger than you.
Yes. I'll pull coin out my ass.
When you produce this nugget of gold that you are trying to use to trade, he's a little shocked at first and observes you with a very puzzled look for a long while. See, there's the well in front of the hill. Would you mind washing that, please, before handing it?
No worries, sir. I go wash it.
For you here.
I wash it and I fly back and give it to him.
When you return, he's sitting on a stool, is trying to carve a spoon very slowly, and just passing the time. You leave the nugget of gold on his desk or on his stall, and he says, "Very well. Let me sign you something so you have a receipt." He pulls out a little bit of paper and scribbles with ink on it, and you notice that he's actually wearing a signet ring, and imprints on a bit of wax is you presume is a sort of coat of arm, or at least some kind of coat for his shop, and it's curiously the shape of a carving tool. And he hands you this paper that is considerably larger than you, effectively. And says, well, with this you can reclaim this boat once it's ready from either here or somewhere south, closer to Ireland. You can follow the seal, and if you see that, you'll know that it's a worker of the guild, and you can recuperate your belongings from them should the need arise, if you cannot make it here specifically. Now, obviously, comes a bit of a query. Where do you store this basically sheet of paper that is like twice your size? It's flat, obviously, but it's considerably longer than you.
Well,
it's my question as the DM. Where does Bent?
As I lift my schlong off my balls, I took it between the schlong and balls.
So you basically wrap the paper around your scrotum, pretty much.
I make a pocket out of my scrotum, yes.
Okay, well, it is damnably uncomfortable because it's pretty rough paper, and the seal is kind of thick and made of wax, and it's rigid, so it gets a little awkward, understandably, especially the sensitive area where you're storing it. But you're already convalescent, you're already kind of in pain, so it's just adding up to it.
I don't mind it anymore. I look around and look for a dog breeder.
A dog breeder? No, there are, as I mentioned to Leo last session, there are people that are selling animals, but as long as we are talking about, say, chickens and ducks and geese and stuff like that, those are sold in cages and just exchanged on the regular. When it comes to prostrates, so for instance dogs and sheep and cows, they basically hold actions to then you acquire the animal, you probably then butcher it, but the providings, the money you exchange goes to charity, because those are considered distant relatives more than actual farm animals, basically. So you see that there are a few animals lined near this sort of podium, and people are holding little actions. So they present, say, a cow, and people bid on it.
Auctions.
So, sorry?
I thought you were saying actions. I was kind of confused.
Auctions.
But it's auctions. Yeah, auctions.
Yeah, auctions. Yes.
Yeah, I got it. I heard it once. I was like first thinking action. I was like, what kind of action movie are they doing with these sheep?
that's
are they making more sheep?
Movie sets.
Are they breeding with the sheep?
No, apparently not. And you notice that in the line of prostrates that... I'm sorry, what?
Is it me, or are these questions really in a direction that I don't want to go in, or?
Well, I mean, if I were playing Samir, I would probably steer away from Bent, but that's just me.
Oh my god, he's
Either
dying.
Well, I didn't know I was this little. So anyway, near to this podium where there's these auctions being held, you see that there's a line of prostrates, and some are sheep, some are cows, some are goats, some are even cats, very old cats. You see that there are a couple of dogs. Most are mutts.
Is there a shepherd?
So let's see, actually, let me check if you get
because that was an option on the thing.
Let's see.
Guys, am I the only? Okay, I know you guys are not on like laptops, but on Roll20. Wait, are any of you on laptops actually?
I am on a laptop.
I am on a laptop.
I'm on
Okay,
a
my bad.
PC.
I'm normally not.
Sass.
What the fuck, actually?
Excuse.
Oh, I am richer than you. How do you
Um,
feel? No, I'm kidding.
I'm normally on a gaming PC. I own about 6 of them.
Jesus, what
Oh,
do you even
Okay,
do with
Why?
this?
Mr.
Why?
Mr. Billionaire, chill out.
But why?
I just am not home.
I'm not home. Okay.
Okay. I have a few old ones, I have a few non-working ones, and then I have 2 that I use. And the
So you just
usual.
have 2 then?
Well, I can
So
get
you
most of them
just
to
have
work.
2 gaming PCs.
I have 2
No,
working
the other ones
ones.
are just... But if they're not working, then they're not useful, and therefore you only have 2.
I have
That is
about
such a
5
great
usable ones. They're not useful.
That's like saying you have 6 cars, but only one of them is working.
That's like saying, oh, I have 3 Xboxes, but 2 of them, one of them's an Xbox One and one's an Xbox X. You're only gonna use, no, one's an One and one's a 360. You're only gonna use the Xbox Series X because the other ones are old.
Well,
Lauren
Unless
doesn't
you
anyway.
get a
need this
shipper.
drive.
yeah, let's get back to the market and the auctions of the prostrates. You notice that you're in luck. It seems that in the line of animals that it's going to be auctioned during the early morning slash early afternoon, there is one shepherd that seems rather old and quite hairy. Is a especially thickly furred animal, and
No, but he's not. It's a shepherd. It's one shepherd,
Yep.
like the
it is a
dude
shepherd.
that works with animals. It's a shepherd.
Yeah, it seems like a shepherd. It seems also fairly old and a little unsteady on its leg.
Okay, so yes, we're agreed. This is the human shepherd. Perfect.
Well, human shepherd is not exactly. It's a prostrate shepherd. It's a dog essentially.
But I gotta clarify something about the rulings here.
Mhm.
It's only the base stats that can't go past 7, right? I can't go to 8 might if I get a shepherd.
No, the shepherd actually adds to your resilience. To improve your might, you need a mastiff.
Shit, is there mastiff there then? And can that
Let's
get
see.
me some 8 might?
Yeah, if you have
Yeah, okay, good.
follower. Yeah. Nope. The
This
other prostrates in the line are actually mutts. So they're mongrels. They're mixed breeds that would
Okay, I don't give a shit
add
about
to
them then.
your
They
height.
sound like magic mushrooms.
The thing is, you think if you're looking for a prostrate to adopt, let's say, you'd probably be better off looking outside inhabited
Okay,
centers,
I see.
because again, most of the prostrates that you would find inside of villages and towns, they belong to a family. They're part of a family, literally. They're probably old, distant cousins of the uprights, even, and they usually only are given away and sold when they're very old and a bit decrepit.
Like Lucius.
No, Lucius is actually very.
What?
He's playing a very young character, so definitely not.
And he's even older than me. That's crazy. I'm 5 years old.
Oh, Jesus, I hope not. I mean, as I mentioned in the beginning of this campaign, there are adult teams. We're not handling them very maturely, but there are, so no 5-year-olds allowed.
Is there an arms dealer?
You see, yes, that there
I look
are-
around, longingly searching for an arms dealer bearing
So
a
the-
great axe for sale.
Unfortunately, the main seller of weapons that you notice is a storefront for the smith that you already met and that slammed the door on you. And you figure there might not be very much competition there, as long as it's something that can be provided locally. Obviously, why would a trader come with the same product and try to undercut them? There would probably be a bit of a feud
Okay,
there
I see.
if it happened. So you think that your options
Yeah.
here to obtain a great axe is either to approach the smith again, hoping that they are a bit better disposed, or go somewhere else and buy a great axe or commission it, because obviously it would have to be to scale. If you tried to actually handle a regular sized great axe, it would not really work necessarily. Would be a little tricky for you.
I hate that you're. I hate that you're nerfing my. Why are you nerfing my dude? Why are you nerfing my funny concept? I want to think about my little 4 centimeter man handling a whole ass great axe.
It
Why do you have
wouldn't,
to?
because it would be like a
down.
beetle
He-
actually
he's-
lifting a wardrobe. It's
Yes,
could they? I don't
that
know.
is what I want.
Yeah, but
That is what I want. No?
it wouldn't be feasible. You would have to wield something that is at least, at most twice your size, not like 10, 20 times your size.
But why did I do
That's-
this to myself? Okay.
That said,
Okay.
you could actually make something that size by yourself, probably. I mean, there is a mine shaft inside, or rather, below the hill of Torspilla, so you could probably fetch
okay.
a bit of, material for
I
yourself.
will now go search for Kitty.
Huh?
You mean
I
in
will
I will now
Bassano?
go search
Yeah.
for Kitty. No, not the horny Kitty. Not
Okay,
the very
which of
funny
the
Kitty.
which of the sea bear
The
we
party
are talking
Kitty.
about?
Kitty of the party.
Which
Oh,
one is
I'm
the
scared.
party? Seriously.
Which
part.
one?
Yours.
Which one?
Oh, okay.
No.
Yours. At the moment. The party Kitty.
Well, I'll deal you a hand, and we'll see if you actually manage to track her, because she isn't inside the village currently. So let's see.
Oh yeah, I'm eating my meal.
Yeah, you're like sitting on the slope of the hill outside the palisade, eating. So.
Eating
Sorry.
chicken.
My microphone and my voice and the accent, it's not the fact that I'm very sick still. And that
So
other
you
question
have,
you had, I might disappear mid-session and reappear in that state of mind.
Well, you did have a pretty successful hand, so I'll say
Did
that
I?
you.
Wait, I'm not on roll 20. Alright, there's my hand. Oh shit!
Yeah, it went well. So,
No.
so you definitely have taken notice of what kind of boots the artist was wearing, and have figured out mostly, the foot size, and it has been going towards winter, so there's been a bit of a drizzle recently, and the road is dirt road, so it became slightly more muddy. And you notice the imprints, you follow the tracks, you find her sitting on the slope of the hill outside the palisade, eating a chicken. No more, no
Oh.
less.
Morbid. Oh, hello,
I look
Hello,
up at
Kitty.
you. I have my fangs in this chicken, which is it's like alive but like dead-ish, and I just
Yeah, you notice
look
that the
at you.
chicken in her mouth is still spasming.
I
What
look
a
at you
cute
madly.
chicken you have
and
there, Kitty.
I look away from you and I just try and enjoy my meal, hoping.
I just try to convince Kitty to come with the mines. Hello, Kitty. Do you know the Shroomy Miney?
I take the chicken out of my mouth. I'm really annoyed because it was actually a good meal that you interrupted. And I'm just like, what? Do I know what?
Do you know the Shroomies in the cave? You have heard about the Shroomies in the cave. I know you like Shroomies.
The mushrooms.
I
I mean, I've
the magic,
I've heard
the
of
magic
that.
Shroomies, the ski things ones. Yes.
Do you know where
Do
they
you
are?
wanna come with me and look at the Shroomies? I know where they are. I know where the Shroomies are.
I look at my chicken sort of longingly,
you
but
can-
then I think, I can seize this opportunity because I know there are hares down there and things, but if Bent is there, then maybe it will affect him and I decide to go. I'm like, sure,
What did she just say is down there?
don't worry about it.
So,
Yes.
Okay.
before we move to the mine, Ashlia, do you stick to Ibassad during the day?
Yes.
Or after? Okay, so if you follow him, you see that he's actually headed to the mine shaft immediately after the incident in the inn. So you two would already be there, and there is Lola, the spouse of the smith, the very very obese person that was already there when you first ran into Ibassad inside the smith's house, and she's overseeing the work, the dig essentially, and Ibassad is starting to take samples of these mushrooms that have been noticed inside this mine shaft that have been catalogued as something new.
Already done?
So basically, when Bent and Leotis actually approach the shaft, they begin to walk. They see that there used to be a fairly large stone quarry that has been mined out entirely, and now they dug directly inside and down in the hill below the old village. And in there, you see workers going back and forth. Most are uprights. They're almost all either shirtless or just down to their breeches, carrying pickaxes and wheelbarrows full of stone. And some are actually already extracting metals and crystals. So although last time you heard about this, Ashlia, you heard Lola, the proprietor of the mine, claiming that it wasn't particularly rich. Looking at it right now, you think, I mean, come on, there are clearly materials here. But apparently she wasn't particularly happy with it. So you approach this particularly dark and descending tunnel, and you notice Ashlia standing there and Lola just off in the distance inside, directing the work, and Ibassad kneeling in next to this formation of mushrooms on one of the sides of the wall of the caves, and he's essentially collecting samples, nothing more, just picking them and trying to store them as safely as he possibly could.
The fact that Ibassad is here, found the mushrooms before me, ruins my day. I'm like so annoyed. I'm just like, of course he would have found them, But I hide my annoyment and I go towards Ashlia and Ibasat. I'm just like, oh, hello. Are you interested in the mushrooms as well?
Oh,
Quite fascinating, isn't it?
I'm just following Iprasad. Just
Checking your
observing.
catch.
I'm just observing what is
I roll my
going on.
eyes.
You see
I
that
eat
the
a mushroom.
famous poet stands up, stores away one of the mushrooms in a pouch, and says, "Well, yes, it's no secret. People have been talking about this new type of mushroom being observed here, and I've just came and wanted to figure out what the use was." And as he's speaking, Bent goes down, flies towards the wall of this mine shaft to one of the already opened mushrooms and bites one of the caps, like totally shamelessly, just and with total disregard for the possible toxins contained therein, begins to chomp on it. And while you others are talking, you notice this very small figure starting to eat one of the mushrooms, and Ibasad especially lifts a brow with some curious observation and goes, "Well, that's one way to experiment."
I get out my notepad and I want to write about. Ben, are you okay?
Please don't die.
I mean,
No, it sounds like he's like vomiting. I'm just like, oh my goodness, what's happening?
He's choking on the mushrooms, guys.
evidently, yeah, it must be
This
the
is the
mushrooms.
best of health and heat. This is the best I've been feeling this whole week, guys.
Oh my,
Wow.
I mean, if you need
oh
to
my god, he's like
rest.
throwing up his gut like, during this session.
I'm just coughing
Well-
normally.
So,
Okay.
character-wise, Bent seems to be okay, but obviously you know that even though he's very tiny, digestion does take a moment, and toxins need to be processed, so it wouldn't be immediate if there is a reaction there. You don't know. You know, you would have to observe him for a few hours to figure out if there's any adverse effects about eating this mushroom.
This makes leaving the chicken behind not worth it.
Well, admittedly, it was a huge sacrifice.
I also start looking for a little piece of ore to shove up my ass.
You have very little difficulty actually sneaking one little chunk of iron that you think you can shape in an axe blade later on from one of the wheelbarrows that has been carted out.
I store
of
it
the
on my
mine.
butt.
Well, you managed to
Yeah.
violate yourself basically with this
That's my pocket,
nugget
okay?
of iron.
It's
Well,
not
yeah,
like
I
I
mean-
generally need to digest anything. I don't need food.
Yeah, I mean technically, it's storage. It's a prison pocket or something. What do they say? Prison pouch. Anyway, yeah, you managed to sneak one little iron ore out of the mine with relatively ease. You don't think any of the worker would be so invested in this mining operation as to protest for something that little. It's really, you don't even think they noticed. So with
Good.
Bent having his stomach peeled and his rear as well, you guys observe this meal on the part of the inmate. Ibasad then moves over to the owner of the mine, to the very large upright Lola, and you can distantly hear him asking about the coven, about the local witches, and how they use the mushroom.
A big,
After
a big, big concerned face.
you don't have to wait very long to figure out that his inquiry is fairly spot on, because Lola immediately responds, "Oh yes, I think they have been collecting them. They usually come by during the night. I know that the militians that would watch the entrance to the mine tend to not oppose them because it's harmless. Obviously, they're used to it. They just let them in, fetch the mushrooms, and leave. But they also grow at such an extraordinary pace. It's no big deal. They don't take enough to finish the whole family, I suppose, and they grow back in a matter of days at most. So they're very conscientious about this kind of things, the people that live in the forest. And Ibassad nods in agreement, like it's something obvious that has been said, and especially you, Ashley, are being somewhat more familiar with innits and fairies. Communities that live inside the forest tend to be cautious not to finish resources, not to consume resources entirely. So, for instance, if they eat roots, they don't, pull the entire root out. They just take the single part that is edible and allow the rest of the plant to keep growing. Same with fruits and other vegetables. And when it comes to hunting, they are careful to hunt very old individual in any pack, just to make sure that they don't mess with the reproduction cycle. So they presumably do the same with mushrooms here. And considering that you would, or rather assuming that you would be intent on following Ibassad further, he says that he is headed towards the Coven, because apparently it is well known where it is, here in Torspilla. You have been advised, I believe, in a previous session, you have been told that the very large tree that apparently is considerably taller than the rest of the crowns nearby in the woods might be where the Coven is. Samyar isn't here, but Samyar also has another information concerning the Coven. He might have shared it with you, but apparently he's too busy doing something else.
Wait. Oh. Okay.
So what is Samyar
supposed
doing?
to say?
Speaking of,
What is Samyar doing?
I feel like bro is
Well,
just
in this
drinking.
episode,
if you recall, I don't know if you need a bit of a reminder. When you spoke with the leather worker, who is also the same guy that
Yeah,
handles
I
the nobles'
recall,
falcons. Okay. You remember that you gained potentially a very important information for you? He told you something about your family, or rather, you asked about your family, and it provided you with a potentially interesting information. He also mentions
I suggest you remember that this dude just drinks during these sessions. He uses it as an excuse to get drunk.
well, that's why I tend to, sum up the previous sessions. So if he forgot, I'm here to remind
I
him.
don't remember if I was sober that day, but I do remember this.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you remember that he told you that the Coven of Witches is where there are bathhouses, basically, where people go and buy girls for entertainment. So that's one.
What?
Let's say that's one information that you gained last time. The other information is that you showed the leather worker a drawing of somebody, and he said that that person, as far as he knows, is in the Hermitage. Sorry, I keep using this bastardized French pronunciation that doesn't exist. The Hermitage outside the village. That one of the nooses, so one of this religious figure that carries a noose around their neck, presumably is the person you're looking for.
I want to ponder on it.
He isn't drunk enough to make a choice.
He isn't yet
Yeah.
tipsy enough
It's
to
only
decide
my
on the spot.
second beer, guys.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, the others, meanwhile, Ashlia, again, if you intend to follow Ipassad, is probably added to the coven. What about the others?
I'm following Ashlia purely because I want to know what's going on as well, and if Ashlia
I'm
gets
gonna
to know
sit
some sort of
down
knowledge,
on-
I want to know too.
Makes
I'm
sense.
just gonna sit down on Ibhassad's shoulder.
Okay, it doesn't
And
seem to
chill
take
out.
exception to that. It seems okay with it.
Why is everyone
Feel free.
following your facade, bro? What the fuck?
I have a strong feeling I'm starting to trip.
So, even though Ipassad has been to Torspil previously, he doesn't seem to know exactly the way towards the coven, so basically you are all collectively faced with the small challenge of actually navigating the forest past the river, and even sooner than that, actually crossing the river. It is small, more of a stream, it's not exactly vicious currents, it's not something too difficult to pass, and you're pretty sure you can cross by foot. There's no necessity to swim. But after that, it's quite thickly wooded on the other side. But you do see that there is one dominant crown of a tree that must be probably centuries old to be this gigantic and visible and standing out in the midst of an otherwise more uniform wooded region. So I'll deal you all a hand to see if you manage to orientate yourself a bit.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, but may I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
While Ashley is like, can she still while following Ipassad, can she in the meantime be working on her carving loot? Her carving that she initially started to make for Ipassad?
Yeah, she would be able to, especially having wings. She would have a rather easy time actually flying along and meanwhile carving this thing
Okay, because
somewhat
then...
discreetly.
Could I start teasing her for being all lovey-dovey?
Oh, fuck off,
So-
mate.
Share your hands. Let's see what you've got.
Wait, why are we? Oh no!
Because you all have to find your way, basically, inside a forest that you're not familiar with.
Okay, these
Wait,
are...
fuck, are we in a forest now?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
in a
you
forest.
passed out of
Kidding.
the Landschaft.
Oh,
I hit.
What?
what's happened?
It's chaos.
What do I do?
You can drag the
Oh.
the cards you have been given towards the
Oh.
screen. Share them. Okay. Okay, that's the only decent end, really. So,
I hit.
you hit. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I already put my cards out.
Yeah. Do
I
you
think-
want to stand on the 10?
Oh shit!
Mm,
I hit a 21, guys.
I am going to gamble and pull another card.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
laptop people, am I the only one who has scrolling and zooming squished up on Roll20?
Okay.
Could be.
Let's do some math. 8, 6, and 2,
Potentially.
8. Okay, I need to calculate. I'm dumb.
So, if you trust him, Bent, it seems pretty convinced that he can find his path through the woods and hit the main tree. Let's say the largest one that seems to be dominating.
Yeah,
the...
I'm pretty confident, guys. We've got pretty big balls.
He isn't
Do you want to follow
particularly
my way?
inspiring.
It's
when
my
it
way,
comes to...
my way or the highway.
Hmm.
Hmm. They're not. They don't seem convinced for some reason.
I
By the way, people,
say that I
I
also
will
know the way.
disappear for a bit while mid-session,
Oh, okay.
and if I return within the session time, you're gonna be questioning even more of what I say.
Oh dear.
Okay. That is
all I
not
have to say.
surprising somehow.
Put the characters on the screen.
Put the characters on the screen.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What is this dude saying?
I guess so if Bent says he knows the way, I say I also know the way, but I'm actually kind of following Bent, but I want to take the credit for it if we do find the way.
Okay. So you try to lead from the back, essentially. With
Yes, I'm just like, okay, we're going here and we're going here because like I'm naturally very good at direction. You know,
Okay.
I used to go hunting with my father, and he's always said I had quite a talent for it, and basically I'm trying to act like a know-it-all in terms of the directions.
Okay,
Alright.
Garcia's lying.
But I'm actually
Well,
following
You're
Bent.
not even there. Samir isn't there. So we did Bassad actually walking where more or less where Bent seems to point, and then eventually kind of listening in part to Leo as well, because she continues to insist that that's the way, that's right, yes, sure, that's exactly where I was going. Eventually you guys are crossing this rather dense forest, and it is definitely untended, so it's full undergrowth and continuous very thickly tree trunks. The density is quite difficult to navigate. You're pretty sure the wagon that Bodo rolled in would not be able to pass here whatsoever. Probably you think you would struggle to bring even say horses here. You don't know if even Samir's mule would be quite able to navigate such thick wooded area. After a bit, you start noticing movements inside of the forest. You start noticing that there are other people that are making this trek, and you immediately realize that they are incredibly discreet about it. They're trying not to mingle with you. They notice that there are other people coming by. They avoid you entirely, and they keep quiet. They keep to themselves. They dodge you actively and try to make different ways, because if you look back, it's not easy to notice the village. It's quite prominent even amongst the foliage, and if you look the other way, the tree is similarly quite visible. So you have these 2 points that are not too difficult to follow, and you presume that whoever these people are trying to sneak about inside this forest, they probably headed either in one direction or the other. But the fact that they do not try to share the road is kind of surprising. I mean, especially without dangerous wild areas tend to be you have a rather curious outlook on this. You would think, we're in a forest, it could be dangerous. There could be aggressive prostrates, inmates, even striated just coming and trying to skin us. But apparently nothing of the sort seems to be happening, and the people around you are dodging. At some point during your trek, which takes a few hours, it's not exactly close by, and especially being this difficult to navigate, you're slowed down significantly. At some point you notice that there is a seabar with mostly black fur with the white muzzle, let's say, a snout. It's a male that is basically running from the direction of the tree, and there is another seaborn, female, with very long and fair hair and rather intricate kind of lines on her white and red for the face, that is running after the male, shouting, carrying a child in her arm, and shouting essentially obscenities at this fellow. And at some point you catch part of the discussion between these two, and you hear that the woman keeps saying, "What are you doing spending our money on horse?" And you essentially are left a little speechless as this couple runs by you, leaving the direction of the tree.
Well, can I I think investigate.
You can observe the exchange a little more intently, and
Yeah.
but by bits and pieces of the conversation, you are assuming that the woman is chasing this guy and accusing him of spending money on prostitutes, essentially, and
Oh.
Are we avoiding? Are we as the group are we like avoiding them, or?
well, you have the impression
Maybe
that
I
they
offered
are
to prostitute myself to her instead for free.
What the fuck?
they're a bit in a hurry. Basically, you see that the guy is definitely running away. He's not trying to argue back to you presume his
Okay, I
partner.
think I'm gonna fly off into the edge of the forest. I'm
Okay.
flying off into the edge of the brush and starting to murmur.
What do you want to?
I'm murmuring my dick up.
What?
That's okay, I guess. I'll deal you the hand for the murmur, I suppose. Best of luck.
Oh, shit.
That's a bust.
When am I getting my card back, guys?
As soon as it reappears.
Yeah, that's a bust.
Yeah.
I murmur again, guys.
Mm.
We just
I need
aimed
my
you.
dick up.
Please, we don't want to do any more ball surgery.
I might get
Stop.
another spirit.
Oh.
That's okay.
I mean, I'm sure Leorites would be enthused by the prospect of
We're going to the Covenant
starting.
of Witches anyway. We're going to. If I get possessed, we're going to the. What the fuck is this hand? Go again.
T4, yeah, that's another bust. You're struggling to focus. You just don't quite feel the resonance that you're used to for some reason. It just doesn't seem to click right now.
Inside, which are 2 turns.
We're the really British inside.
It's on the right. Instead of
So how did it go?
I'm gonna see now. That went very well. My dick is the biggest it's ever been.
When you focus, you concentrate, you manage to redirect your blood flow. Yeah, congratulations. You have an erection.
It's the only way, guys. It's a magic D.
Get him out. Get him out of here.
Make it
So you-
stop.
Okay, finally. I now
You were
come
making
out
your
of
way
the bushes
and-
again.
Okay, but the thing is, the rest of the group continues to move. You know, there's Ashlia is curious about
Yeah.
this exchange. She notices that the woman
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
accusing the
yeah.
man of being prostitute. Ibasat continues, and Leo, to keep up the facade that she was leading the group, just continues in the direction, more or less, even though she notices that Bent, who was actually giving the directions, left and vanished inside a bush for some reason. So,
Actually, when I noticed Ben had left, to keep up the facade, I looked to Izad and like, there's a direction here. Surely someone as accomplished as you and knows a bit about covenants would be able to know. Pretty unfair to let. I mean, although I have very good sense of direction, I wouldn't say I'm particularly familiar with Tortoise of Pila like you are. Shouldn't you take the lead?
he gives a small nod and points up ahead amidst the foliage. And when you follow his finger, you notice that you can actually see the larger tree through the crowns of the trees, even though the woods are pretty thick. And he says, well, yes, I mean, that's more or less where we are headed, I suppose, so it shouldn't be too hard.
I mean, of course not. I was just curious about your own direction. I'm just making conversation. Of course, I know the way because, I mean, it's right there, isn't it? Duh. I'm
Well,
sorry.
since you're a doctor from Sion, I was wondering what your thoughts might be about this new mushroom that we've seemingly discovered.
Oh, you want to know my thoughts? Well, naturally, well, you see, I don't think it's just a simple mushroom. If you look at its growth pattern, it's odd that it isn't bioluminescent, despite it being in a
Return
cave.
later.
Yes, that is usually
I will.
something that manifests when we have
I have.
such growth.
I have to.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to seduce this woman. By the way, I'm attempting to seduce and prostitute myself for free to this woman, annoyed at her husband for getting prostituted, and hope that she'll revenge do me.
Okay, so you're chasing after the couple in one direction, they headed in the other, so it's perfect for you to kind of fade away. it's
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
the ideal time.
Then I might return, high on lust.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see, I guess.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Mm,
So the conclusion that you make is something that makes Ibasa rather curious and says, well, yes, usually when some such growths manifest in underground, they tend to also have some kind of luminescence to them. These ones, I don't know if they're too superficial to yet present that kind of characteristics, but I'm curious, do you think they are something used for healing purposes, or is there something else you think?
I mean, it would have been great if Samia was down here. We could have tested that theory. I muttered to myself, but it's a bit audible. I feel like I'm going to keep some and see later whether it's useful for any healing purposes, but I mean, I look at Ashlia and I say, what do you think?
Shit. I was just looking at this couple arguing while this woman running up to this guy talking about something. I'm not very sure, but I don't know.
The mushrooms, Ashlia, not the couple, the mushrooms.
Oh, I was very focused on the couple. The mushrooms.
Naturally.
Jesus, the passive aggressive nature of this cat. Oh my god.
About the mushrooms, I don't particularly care of the mushrooms. I mean, I guess they're new.
What makes you think they're new?
Well, wasn't it said that it's isn't
That's alright, dear. I just raised my eyebrows. The only purpose of me asking was so that you could look bad in front of Eva's back.
I am a very panicked but what is
So as you continue in this small conversation that is becoming increasingly like a cat fight, quite active, quite literally to some extent, you begin to approach what seems to be a clearing, and you notice that the tree that looked quite massive, now that it is drawing closer, it's really quite huge, and it is no surprise that the crown is so visible even from the town, even though it took you a couple of hours to get to this point. You notice that the sun is starting to move in the sky, is going somewhat further down. You notice the arch of the planet's ring still visible in the sky to the west, and you see this massive tree that is incredibly overgrown with ivy and with vines that are hanging from the lower part of the foliage, and you see that it grows with its roots effectively encapsulating a small mound of earth, a grassy hill almost, and there is an opening between the roots that looks like a door, essentially, with two different flaps that constitute almost undoubtedly an entrance. And you three approach, and you seem somewhat unsure how to come to this place, and you notice nobody there and nothing, just this clearing surrounded by thick trees and this gigantic, very ancient, ivy-ridden and vined tree standing in the middle with this opening. And while you're standing there, you see that a guy just opens the door and comes out and almost sneaks out. As soon as he notices you three there, he has a look of embarrassment, closes the door and just scatters about immediately.
Oh, do we see this guy like sneaking off? Can we do we follow? Can I ask?
Can we what now?
Can we follow this guy sneaking?
You see that it is a rather corpulent Sudas with, you presume, some kind of Auburn descent, because he has both very thick hair, very curly hair, and a thick beard of similar form, and is black, completely black. And he seems to be trying to hurry away from you and looks somewhat embarrassed at you, and then just is headed out. And you have the impression that Ibassad is ignoring him and going towards the tree, but you could just address this guy, presumably.
I don't know what choice to make now. Decisions.
Should we acknowledge him?
Nah, ignore
You
him.
notice that this guy seems to be walking with a rather visible limp also.
Oh, we could use the mushrooms.
Well, you don't know. It seems to have, by the way he walks, you have observed people like this with that kind of gait that usually tend to have either a club foot or something, you know. But yeah, it seems to be like having some trouble walking, but trying to walk fast, nonetheless.
Okay, I've decided I will take notice of the guy, but I'm not gonna follow him.
Okay.
Does he have his back towards us?
not exactly, because you have the impression that he ultimately needs to go back to Torspilla, so from the direction you're coming, but he's trying to kind of take it, not exactly be direct and trying to avoid you and just skirt this clearing as much as possible.
Why do you want to avoid him, Ashley? Or should we? I don't know what to do.
Personally, I'm not very keen on following a random stranger at the moment.
You're following Ibasad, who is very much a random stranger.
Ibasad is not a random stranger, thank you very much.
You met him like 3 days now?
Doesn't matter, not a stranger anymore.
Oh, just because the Sudas isn't hot enough for you, or like, oh, he's weird, but like Ibasad is suddenly...
I'm so sorry, that is fucking funny.
My god. The amount of sass. Jesus.
Okay, wait, hold up. Compose myself. Well, no, just not because he's not hot enough doesn't mean I'm just ignoring him because I don't see any need to follow him or have anything to do with him.
You don't care about limping people? He could be sick.
He could die for all I care.
You're talking rather animatedly within yourself, and you're pretty sure that the guy limping away could probably hear you commenting both his appearance and his limp and a series of other characteristics. And you can definitely see when you're talking amongst yourself every now and again, you cast a glance at this guy trying to almost escape, very embarrassed. You can see that he's blushing bright.
See, now look what you've done, Leo. You've made the guy blush. You should go and apologize. Yes.
Sure, well, you wanted to... Well, I was going to say hello to him anyway, because I don't discriminate, unlike some people who are less empathetic as I am. Clearly.
Think whatever you like, and I just do this like this puffy face.
You do the air flip, like.
Oh, I think you're quite selfish, but anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just leave, Leo. Leave. Yeah, go away.
Those are fighting words. Anyway.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, you didn't want to help this poor lost guy.
I don't feel the need to help him. No, not do I. I don't want to leave Ibhasad by himself.
I'm sure he could look after himself. I'm sure Ibhasad would appreciate someone with a bit of empathy. Maybe that would help bolster your relationship. But anyways, because I'm a good person, I'm going to say hello to this guy.
I glare. I'm just glaring.
with Ashley's burning stare into your nape, you turn and go towards this somewhat corpulent fellow that is trying to limp away, and you eventually address him, and he's panicked when he sees that you're coming his way and actually trying to speak to him, and he's blushing and he's kind of panting a bit. He says, What?
So what is the matter? You're all red and limping. Are you okay?
Well, I'm limping because of the... Well, you'd say it's my own fault, really. Well, it goes quiet and becomes sullen, like just seems to find difficulties elaborating further. After a second, it blurts out, "Well, I stole some of the flour, and I've been tortured, but I deserved it. I know I deserved it. I shouldn't have stolen."
You poor thing. Why did you steal the flower? Did you need it to feed your family?
No, I cannot. I can't claim anything that noble. I wanted to earn a
Just
little
bad
extra.
person.
Oh,
I own the meal, and people bring their grains, and I meal them. And sometimes I wanted to keep some for myself. I learned my lesson though. That's never gonna happen again.
I mean, it's good that you learned your lesson. We all make mistakes in life. Are you lost? You look like you're lost.
No. I know my way. I just came because I needed a bath. And, yes, that's why.
You need a bath in the woods?
Oh, inside the tree, there are baths.
Oh, what's inside of the tree?
A bathhouse. He says, blushing even more. You know that usually bathhouses are places where people tend to mingle, and there's not very many clothes involved. So even if there isn't explicitly prostitution there, usually there's still, a lot of intimacy, let's say.
Oh, I see. I understand. I'm sorry. It must be difficult of a person of your stature having to go to a bathhouse. I'm sure they have towels.
He says, well, yes, of course, and begins to walk away.
But you shouldn't be embarrassed of yourself. I mean, I'm sure they're non-judgmental, but
Stop calling him job! Oh my god!
Your voice trails off as he leaves, and slowly, even though you're rather sheltered and takes you a moment, you think to yourself, wait, he wasn't going to just have a bath there. He came back from meeting a whore, probably, and you start thinking, he wasn't having a bath. It just, it was whoremongering, most likely, and just shake your head and back. And meanwhile, Ipassad and Ashley are entering this place, and they open the doors. They descend a rather steep, narrow stair, and inside they're greeted with a sort of counter, behind which there is a figure that is very peculiar, because you see that she appears to have the hair of a fairy, but also be very much like a striated in terms of features, facial features, and these very characteristic lines that delineate the entirety of her face, and a good part of the body that you can see. She has a robe that's on herself that isn't particularly, let's say, tight around her. She is wearing it rather loose, and the cleavage is extremely deep and somewhat provocative. And she smiles, specifically she smiles towards Ibassad and seems to initially ignore Ashlia. But after she takes in more of her form, he beams immediately seeing her and goes, oh, well, hello, you.
Hello?
You wouldn't happen to need a job, perhaps?
No. I'm good.
Oh, well, too bad. If you ever need some wealth, be sure to come by. And then she turns to Ibassad and goes, what about the gentleman? Would you like to meet the girls or just bathe?
Only she thought Ibassad was like this.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Guys, is this just a goon session disguised as
no.
You notice that Ibassad is a little taken aback initially. He probably didn't quite associate the place to that kind of activity, so initially he seems a little lost, and then he regains some composure and says, "Oh, no, neither actually. I wanted to know something about the mushrooms that you collect from the nearby village." And you see that the woman behind the counter immediately changes her attitude, and you notice that she basically leans forward on the counter with her elbow and places her chin on her fist and goes, "Oh, another one asking about the mushrooms, of course. I suppose you're just discovering this." And you see that Ibassat nods in response, like a bit shaken by the exasperation in the voice of this person. And she continues saying, "Well, something that we have been using quite a while now. Nothing special about it. They're edible, they seem to be effective in preventing rotting when wounds are involved, so we don't need to cauterize them. Something like that, I presume, as far as we could observe. Also, I think your kind can digest them, so that's another feat of that." And as he says this, Leoris, you're descending the stair right behind the Ibassad, and you overhear that these mushrooms can be digested by Seabar, and you think, "Oh, nice. That's another dietary option that I didn't have." And Ibassad himself, hearing this, looks between the woman behind the counter and you, and seems quite, let's say, shocked at the revelation.
Who's being asked a question? Is someone? I'm so sorry, Lauren. I am absolutely losing my shit here.
There are some theories going around here.
Yeah, it seems like this proprietor of the bathhouse, you presume, might also be the head of the coven, of the local coven, who's been collecting the mushrooms in the mine in Torspilla, and has revealed just about now to Ibassad that these mushrooms apparently prevent infections and can be eaten and digested by felines, which are both very, very earth-shattering revelations, technically, for, well, specifically for a doctor and Sipa.
Am I here? Sorry, am I still outside or am I with Ashley and
Yeah, you arrived and overheard this
Oh.
woman behind the counter, leaning on the counter, like being exasperated by the question of Ibassad. You heard her say that apparently Siba can digest these mushrooms and that they prevent rotting, so essential infections, when it comes to wounds.
How fascinating. Wow, I had no idea. Well, I had some idea of it, but this is amazing.
She
I would like
seems
to test it out.
She sighs and says, "Oh yes, fascinating, of course. For you people, everything is fascinating. You don't try anything. Of course, every time you notice something new, oh, it's fascinating. Why didn't you try it?"
What is this?
Well, it's scientific method. One wants to test things before they try it. Clearly, you would know if you had any sort of scientific literacy.
Well, I still knew about these mushrooms, and you had to come here and ask me. So
Well, you see, I mean, there's a difference between folk knowledge and actual knowledge. Just because you happen to live near a mushroom and know also what to do, doesn't necessarily mean you're particularly intelligent. It just means that you notice pattern recognition, which, I mean, it's not a bad thing to have, but you can't really blame.
He briefly eyes you up and down, and then says, "Oh, you could also use a bath. You're rather dusty."
Oh, I'm too expensive for your establishment.
If anything, it's the other way around, sweetheart. We are too expensive for you.
Oh, I don't think so. You wish.
Well, if you ever need a bath, let me know. Or work, by the way. I'm sure there's somebody who likes,
As I said, see, now you want me to work for you, and as I said, you can't afford me.
wouldn't be the one affording you. Maybe the gentleman
Well-
here.
Good job.
Ibasad becomes
So
bright red at this interaction,
Oh, of course, yes.
wait, why is he bright red?
because she just implied that he would pay to sleep with you, basically.
But why?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I look highly offended.
what is happening? um, anyways, let's not argue about mushrooms and whatnot.
Just
Thank you for the knowledge, but you don't have to be so high-strung. I know running a failing business is very stressful, but you shouldn't take it out on others.
Well, if only it was failing, she says. And straighten up from the counter.
We're
wait,
clearly in
wait.
the middle of nowhere.
I need to ask a question. Does this lady on the, by the counter have big tits?
Well, she's definitely rather, curvaceous, I suppose.
Hot. Okay. Proceed.
What?
It was an important, crucial information to her. Fundamental.
Because I'm gonna
As you-
say
I just-
Ashley is just gonna be staring her down, her boobs down, in awe.
At this point,
Lost
I don't know
in
if I
emotion.
should go.
So basically, while you three are standing there conversing with this front of the establishment, I suppose, you see that on the sides of this entrance, coming from the stairway, there are tapestries covering passages, and from time to time you see people, men specifically, coming and going, and trying to very cautiously look away and hide their face and skirt around you and try to be somewhat discreet about it. And there is quite some movement. You're pretty sure that most of the men that live in Torspila come by here with some frequency. And you also notice, Ashlia, a significant number of the faces that you see past the tapestries, welcoming guests and presumably getting intimate with them. They are mostly fairies. You think that whatever this coven is not so much about rituals and more about business, I suppose.
I'm gonna ask the front counter lady. So I assume the reason you asked me if I am looking for work is because of how I look. Gesturing to the fairies that I noticed.
She nods enthusiastically, says, "Well, of course. Well, you might have noticed in your life that uprights tend to have a taste for your kind, so why not?"
Yeah, I was just taken aback a little by that. I'll state this again. I am not interested. My brain froze. Just give me a second.
Yeah, no worries.
What the fuck was I going to say, bro? What? Something.
You're definitely confused as to the fact that this probably seems to be a coven
Oh.
by structure.
Yes. And then I am just gonna continue to ask, cause what? I'm just gonna be like blunt with her. What or organization do you guys run here?
She tilts her head slightly and seems to not be too shocked by the question because you have the impression she's used to interacting with fairies that aren't too familiar with the upright society. She just says, "Oh, we have a brothel and a bathhouse. Most of the people in Torspila would wash in regular wells, and especially during winter, and we are entering winter now, most men prefer to come by here and take a proper bath with warm water, heated water. And sometimes they also hire the girls or boys, depending on preference."
Oh, I see. I wish Ashley had a fucking notebook, but she doesn't.
I look at Ashley, or I look at Ibasad, and I'm like, it's quite strange that you brought her, well, us down here, particularly her, to this tree that you said was. I thought we were looking at mushrooms together, but apparently. You see how this looks now?
I'm just
Ibasad doesn't seem to catch the implication right away. He seems a little puzzled initially, then his eyes widen a little when he presumably realizes that the looks aren't exactly stellar, and he goes, "Well, yeah, no, but," points his finger to the woman behind the counter and says the name, which sounds suspicious as hell initially. He says, "Well, no, Rhea is also the head of the coven."
Rhea, you're on first-person basis with this, I don't even know what to call her, but Rhea, dear, how often does Ibazard frequent your premises? You seem to have quite a cordial relationship.
Probably hearing your tone and noticing the embarrassment of Ibazard, you see that Rhea is striated with long fair hair, which is also, a very strange characteristic. Usually striated do not have hair at all. She beams at you and with a fairly cruel grin just regards Ibasad and says, "Oh, as far as I can recall, he comes by whenever he needs to."
Wait,
Whenever he needs
I
to.
look at it because I'm like, you come here often, and I'm like, I'm very shocked, very shocked indeed.
Ibasad nods to Ashley, and although there is obvious embarrassment in his features, he also says, "Well, yes, I come by because we're conducting studies on horses."
Studies.
Pardon, horses?
Horses, yes, name, big, large. You can ride them.
Yeah, no shit.
You see that Rhea is fairly amused by this, but after a few moments of awkwardness, she intervenes to try and save Ibasad and says,
Save
"Yes,
me,
you see-"
Fasad, save me!
She leans against the counter again, clearly amused by the exchange, and says, "Well, Ibasad, in all his very, what would I say, kind art, is trying to figure out a way to avoid horses' abuse. And him and I are trying to build a fetish in the shape of a horse. to substitute regular horses because my people, striatids, have ridden horses for many centuries, longer than uprights have. And we are not particularly enthused by the idea that they die in battle, unfortunately, and would like to find an alternative. It's also true that we have battled uprights for many centuries, and it is hopeless to try and fight them without a cavalry. So that's part of the studies that he's conducting, among others, is usually quite busy.
So why do these studies take place at a bathhouse? Surely you don't keep houses within a bathhouse. Seems all a bit strange.
Rhea says, well, because you judge this establishment by its front and do not know what happens in the back, of course. Like most of your kind.
Is this
Like most of... people with actual sense. I'm sorry, but if I wrote an article about a coven that apparently moonlights as a research department, people aren't really going to believe that. I mean,
Again, because you're
could very well
prejudiced.
be true.
You see,
Prejudiced? You were prejudiced against me.
no, most of your kind assume that since I also have a brothel, I am an ignorant fool, but that is not the case. I am probably much more knowledgeable than you.
Oh, really? Do I recall? Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say Ashley
No.
Ashley taps Leah on the shoulder and she's like, "Calm down. Like, you're being a little bit cocky here. You need to calm down."
I take a deep breath and I just sort of mutter, "Interesting," and like in the in Rhea's like tone from like earlier.
That's. I just roll my eyes. and I return back to Iprasad's side.
After a moment, Rhea, this striated behind the counter, says, "So, what will it be? Are you curious about the fetishes or the mushrooms? What would you be more interested in?"
Well, I'm just following Iprasad here. Wasn't really sure what I was getting myself into.
I guess both things are quite well. I don't really care for, I guess, the horse thing. I would prefer it was actual uprights or innate. I think should move on from animals, but well, prostrates, that is, and more into other sort of living beings. The mushroom thing is interesting as well. Say, I look at Eva sad and I'm like, are you curious about the mushrooms too?
He says, "Well, very much so. I mean, I would prefer not having to heal what I eat. So, if they are something I can eat, it would be useful."
Something that can heal. Does it heal? Miss Rhea, the mushroom's healing abilities. Does it heal sort of wounds?
He lets out a long-drawn sigh and basically lifts the counter and says, "Follow me." And she basically calls for one of the, you presume, worker in the brothel. She calls Sasha, and you see that this very young man, you wouldn't say because the features are rather childish, comes by, and Rhea tells him to mind the counter and drives you towards the back room, also separated from the entrance by a rather heavy tapestry, and you find yourself in what is a strange underground, very much underground, construction that is roofed basically by the roots of the tree. There are a mess of roots and there's dirt serving as the ceiling to this room. But the otherwise rather wide expanse contains tables with quite a number of you would say bottles and alembic stuff that are boiling. You see that there's definitely quite an intricate amount of research essentially happening. You have the impression. And she says, well, as far as we could figure out so far, whatever this mushroom is, it seems to have a similar effect that leeches would have when put on a wound. So I don't know if you're familiar, but usually when there's a wound, obviously you are familiar by the way, when there's a wound, either maggots or leeches can clean it up rather effectively. And we found out that this mushroom seems to do exactly the same. And we also noticed that it succeeds in preventing rotting even if we don't cauterize the wound, which is also surprising, I would say. Useful,
Does anyone have a knife?
Well, you do have 2 daggers, so...
Yes. I pull out a dagger and I'm like, okay, how confident are you with this theory?
She says, well, fairly confident. I've used it on my people, and I noticed that even just ingesting this thing helped with those that contract diseases from patrons. Unfortunately, that happens in a business such as mine.
I look at Ashlear and I smile, and then I look at Ibasad and I'm like, so, Ibasad, would you prefer yourself to get wounded, or would you prefer if I wound myself?
Ibasad looks at you and says, well, after the morning you've had, I think you'd better not hurt yourself, quite honestly. So, what do you want to, like, slice my palm or something?
I just say arm.
Are you insane?
I thought that was clear. That was established.
So
No,
Ibasad
that was in character. Sorry, I should have prefaced that.
So Ibasad takes a step towards Leo and offers his hand. Says, all right, well, for the sake of experimenting, I suppose.
Wait, how are you, Ipasad? How are you okay with this? You're just very shocked and confused. Like, what's happening?
It's just a little slice, I'm sure. I hope.
Slice.
I put the dagger near his arm, and then I'm like, then I stop, and I'm like, I'm glad you're willing to do anything for me. And then I put the dagger away, and then I look at Ashlear.
I'm gonna pounce this bitch. Can I jump her?
Yes, of course, if you want to.
Yeah, let me launch myself at this fucking bigger cat.
Okay, so in a moment of confusion, after this otherwise curious exchange, you decide to pounce on Leolith. Let's see who has the better of it, I suppose.
I scream, and I'm like, get off of me! Are you insane?
Are you insane? Saying shit like that, like, what's wrong with you?
What did I say?
Alright. Please play your hands. Let's see what happens when, you know, there's this pounce.
Okay,
Okay,
so I need
Ashley
to
has a
open
19.
Actually, it has a 19.
Can you do
You
better
know
than
what?
that?
I want to fail on. Okay, let me wait. So do I just?
Yeah,
You know,
just
I
share
have
your
something that I
cards.
want. Is it how many? Is it one again? Oh, one. This Queen of Hearts is my own card, isn't it?
Yeah. No. You already. I don't know. Did you
Oh.
get the Queen of Hearts again? So yeah, you can either keep
Yeah.
it or play the.
Okay, hit.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, ouch. Well,
No, that's good. I
26.
purposely want. Yeah, this represents me purposely. I want to purposely
Not
lose, then it looks like it's
fighting.
actually injured me.
Oh
What
my
the?
god!
What
Oh
the?
my god! The manipulation.
Oh my god! What is no?
Well,
Ashlia just bursts into action and she's furious and she launches herself against the Arithis. You see this coming and leans back, and when she impacts you, you just slip. You don't know if it was entirely on purpose or just, actually her weight was more than you expected, or their strength was a little more than you anticipated, but you slip and fall back and you actually hit your shoulder against the wall. And it isn't particularly atrocious and painful, but you play into it and begin to kind of, wince and, damn, ouch,
Look what she did to me! This psychopath
Me as
lost to me! And
all I did was jump at you. You were saying insane shit. You need to stop.
I just cry. I'm like, Leo, I can't believe you hurt me. I thought we were friends.
I thought we were friends.
didn't
You're
think anything
being
of you.
a manipulative thing.
I didn't do anything to you. And this is how you treat me. You know, I've kept your secrets, Ashley, and I've always been supportive of you. And
Don't you dare
clearly,
say.
when the attention isn't on you, you act out.
Oh my god. Jesus.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna hurt you. All I did was. I'm just angry. Like, why would she say something like that? Like,
Why are you angry?
you're
I
in.
was only praising Eva Sad for being dedicated to science. We're a scientist. What's wrong with you?
I don't know what your play is, but. Oh man, I'm so angry. Oh my god.
So,
Wait.
Ibasad couldn't actually make it in time to separate you after, before the initial impact. But afterwards, he comes by and tries to pull you two apart and says, "Are you both alright?"
Oh my god, look what she did to me. She injured me. I guess we really do have to use the mushrooms now.
Yeah, eat the mushrooms and die. I choke on it for all I care, and I just move away into a corner.
So while Ashlia begins sulking in a corner, Leorithis, you slowly stand up carefully. Your shoulder is aching a bit. It's nothing tragic. It's not, you didn't come loose or anything. It's fine.
I smile at Ashley and that, like, when nobody is looking. And then I go back to being upset. Well, pretending to.
My god. After a moment, Aya comes by, and you see that she has this little pouch with some powder inside, and she says, "So these are dried mushrooms, and I grinded them. I ground them. You can add a little water and make a paste, and usually even on contusions it seems to have some modicum of pain relief effects. I don't know if it's numbing or what, We noticed that eating them can, in some species, have rather intense effects. It can give rather intense hallucinations. But as far as Seabar are concerned, as far as we know at least, it should be fine, and you can actually eat this. And it might not do much for the pain, but at least it will fill your stomach. So she basically leaves you a little pouch of dried and ground mushrooms, saying that it can be used as a paste, as an healing concoction, I suppose, a balm of sort. And after that, Ibasad stays a second with Ray and asks about the other research, and she speaks about having managed to find some sort of substance that serves well for a substitute for hoofs. You don't know exactly what that's about, but otherwise, you can probably come out of this encounter with a bit more knowledge about the people of Torspilla specifically, definitely, and a bit more knowledge about the bathhouse that exists near Torspilla and the Covendarin, where in spite of the front being a little more business-like, is conducting some otherwise curious, interesting research, I suppose. And I also imagine a few interesting conversations on the way back from there between the various protagonists. But I think we can...
on the way back, I'm going to be milking my own, my injuries. I'm going to be like, oh, you should definitely keep a record of this, Ibasad. You should, study the mushrooms effect. I'm your case study. We should spend loads of time together.
She's looking for a death wish, guys.
She's gonna wake up with a dagger in her heart. I'm pretty sure at some point.
Sleep with one eye open.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even there.
We need to find Samya.
Oh.
Speaking of Samya.
Speaking of Samya.
So,
I'm 3 beers in now, so
you're back to you're in the village. You've had your little buying spree. You've learned something about, you think, somebody important to you, and perhaps it's time to investigate that.
I kind of want to go to the cult of Agate, that priest.
Okay. So you go to the
Yes.
to the temple. The domed circular building with the large bronze axe blade crowning it. You go in. You see that there is worship at this hour. There are worshippers there. There are people of the faith that are singing the praise of Agat and chanting, and there's a bit more commotion. And the central altar, the priest that you've already met previously is conducting this ritual, and there is quite a bit of
I'll
singing.
just awkwardly leave.
Okay, you enter, you see that
I'm
people
not
are
getting into
praying and having a bit of a bit of a ritual, and just leave immediately. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? What would you like to do?
I want to go to the second option just to make sure that they're not there, because I will flip out.
Okay. So, you instead think of the second option when it comes to the cult of Haggard in this vicinity, and go to the Hermitage. It isn't too far. You just have to go back to the main road from whence you came. You go past the grain fields, and after that the orchard. and you come by this small walled buildings, or rather this collection of buildings surrounded by a small wall. And the impression you have is of modesty, nothing exceptional, nothing particularly, nothing that stands out. And you see that it is closed. You go and essentially knock at the entrance, and when you do, after a little while, you're greeted by a woman of Suda's descent that probably had some Sibar parents or relative or close ascendants, because she has these lines around her eyes, and seeing her, you think that she's rather fetching and young, and she bows her head. She has this very simple robe on her, very covering, and the noose around her neck is very prominent and immediately obvious. She bows slightly and says, "Yes, what would you like?"
Ma'am, I am in search of someone. Wait, I have been given some information that you might have an idea or something, but don't worry, it might be false.
Alright, I might have some ideas, but you're looking for someone?
Yeah.
Is there someone in your vicinity which looks like me?
I was watching.
Oh, you're... She seems to pause, and after the initial openness, she seemed relatively welcoming. Suddenly, she takes on a somewhat more rigid expression and says, "I don't think so."
Alright, well...
You notice for a second that she glances down towards your shield, and there's like this micro expression of like scald, like some sort of anger, almost there, some resentment.
Damn. I take out my paper. I'll just scribble a note down. Give it to her. If you do change your mind, I'll just figure. Just give it this. I'll be on my way. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna leave.
She seems puzzled. She takes the paper and quickly reads it and says, "Well, I suppose I'll pass the note on."
Yeah, that's it. I'm just
It's
gonna leave
currently
again.
2100 hours.
Yes, it's 2100.
She closes the door as soon as you turn and leave, and you make your way back across the various orchards and fields. You notice that past the Hermitage, that there seems to be a place where the river, the stream that surrounds the hill of Torspila, seems to stagnate somewhat and create a bit of a swamp sort, or a bog. And the territory in general becomes a little more sparse, I suppose, in that direction. Did you want to do anything else?
I might want to join up with the Sass.
The Sass train.
This guy did tell about this stuff, and I want to make sure
So-
she is definitely not there. I hope.
Okay,
I wanna
okay,
flip out.
I understand. So you're making your way back. You stumble towards the mill of at the surrounding territories and fields. Obviously, you're not aware that they actually met the miller at some point, not too far back. You come by this building and you see that the only person that is overseeing the work of the mill itself is a very young girl. She's probably an auburn, like yourself, even though it seems like her snout is rather long. So maybe some other ascendant in there. She has very thick and curly black hair. She nods towards you as she sees you coming. It seems a little weary, because apparently she's alone there.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Hey. Gonna ask you for directions. This is gonna be an awkward question,
Oh well,
but
he played his first.
You see that
Yeah.
as you greet her and anticipate that you will ask for questions, she reaches for a pitchfork and holds it close, like almost hugging it, and says, "All right, I can answer questions."
kind of scratched at my head because, wait, is this a child?
Yeah, she's definitely on the younger side. She's teeny tiny and a little, apparently a bit defensive, a bit, weary of strangers, understandably. But you see that there are actually other adults that are going back and forth in the mill with sacks of grains and then flour, and essentially working the mill, presumably, and leaving some kind of payment. You don't know exactly what kind of agreement that these people might have, but oddly enough, it seems that the overseer of this work in the mill is this child.
Yeah, I scratched at my head and just go like, is it okay if I approach one of your, I think, customers to ask this question instead? Because it's just a child.
Awkwardly enough, she just shrugs and looks towards the rest of the people that are there, and most seems rather busy and a little despondent. Do not seem to particularly want to interact. Then you spot and recognize one of the people coming by with one of the large sacks, and it's a fellow that is driving a wagon with oxen, and it's the same guy that was leading the militia not too long ago. You realize the same cairn with the rather thick woolen beard that you saw in the midst of the soldiers, and he's coming from the town with the load of grains, presumably coming to the mill. And he eyes you with a bit of suspicion, you notice, but at least he seems to be willing to interact, to respond to you.
I want to nervously side-eye him before actually turning towards him.
You
I just
observe
want to
that.
be suspicious as possible at this point.
Well, it makes sense. You observe that he has this somewhat golden fur. He's rather middle-aged by now, but you think when he was younger he must have been quite handsome and fetching, and he seems rather robust and probably tall.
Mister, could you tell me, well, this gentleman in the market told me about this this thing in the forest.
Oh, you're looking For a horse?
Did he say horse or horse?
Hmm.
W?
Guess. Definitely W.
No! Yes! I'm looking for the
There's no
house.
shame in it, boy. Come on, speak up. Do you want to go?
I'm looking for the
whoremongering?
house.
Yes, it's. He points behind him and then realizes that the hill covers the tree. So he says, well, past the town, you will see, if you cross the river, there's a massive tree. You cannot miss it. You just reach it, and down under the roots there's a bathhouse. I can see that you could use a bit of a bath yourself, and I'm sure the company won't hurt.
I give him like a quick up down because that was offensive. Only stinky. And
Well, you all come. You
I
all as a
think-
group come from a few days marching, so it's you're dusty. You're not exactly shining with the
I thank him. I thank you very much. I'll be on my way. Goodbye.
So let's see if you actually manage to find the place. Come to think of it, 'cause,
shit.
yeah, you don't have
Well.
Bent to guide you so efficiently. Let's see.
Lord Jesus.
Uh-huh. There you go. Let's see if the cards are on your side this time.
Oh wait.
What do you want to do?
Another.
Okay. This can't be happening. Well, so the thing is,
Oh,
it's a very dense
mean-
forest. There are times where you cannot see the tree. So you can either use one of your attributes to navigate this forest more effectively and make it there, or, well, we'll see. I remind you that your attributes are all at 5, so it wouldn't be too exhausting or too expensive, so to say,
I'll
to
give.
lower, you know.
Wait. So I only need 1 point. Am I right?
So the thing is, when you use your attributes, you invest the entirety of the attribute and then lower it by 1. So you would go from 21 to 16, regardless. But at least you didn't bust. Generally speaking, even if the target number might be, obviously the target number, the primary target number is 21. If you hit 21, you succeeded brilliantly with flying colors. It's all fantastic and phenomenal. The closer you can get to 21, it's the better, obviously. If you bust, it's like catastrophic failure. You just did as badly as you could.
I'm just gonna take a quick sip of my beer.
Obviously.
That's fucking pathetic.
Sacrifice the wit
The wheat. Okay.
for 1
So,
minus point.
okay.
I don't need
so
to be smart.
your wheat is down to 4, but it's quite effective. You focus. You think, okay. I shouldn't panic. I mean, wherever I go, even though it's becoming a little darker, because obviously we are starting to get in the afternoon, it's somewhat winter season, it's days are a little shorter, and there are moments where you think, oh my god, I'm gonna get lost, I'm gonna just die eaten by some strange fiend in this forest. But those moments of desperation are quickly dissipated when you spot the tree again amongst the foliage and you can follow it. And even though oftentimes you notice that you're drifting off course when you don't see the tree, then just scanning about and lifting your eyes, you manage to spot it again and correct your course, and finally you make it there. And especially you make it to its vicinity enough to actually see a trio coming back from it. and you're quite
Put me in a
surprised.
picture.
You're
Put me
quite
in the
surprised
picture.
to see Ibasad leading this group and being rather quiet and a little awkward and you know, avoiding something happening behind him, and just there, a few steps back, Ashlia and Leoritis, they probably are still kind of bickering quite actively about whatever happened inside the coven.
Thank you. So you're not on my left. You're in front.
If anything, you see quite a bit of tension there, and you see that Leo is actually holding a shoulder like she's hurt or something.
I'll just quickly. I'm gonna rub my forehead for a second. Low key, don't want to be in the middle of that, but high key, I kind of should because I know these people.
Not only that, there is one thing that you know, you're somewhat worldly. You've spent the last few years inside society, just mingling with people and getting to know them, and you know that this Ibasad is rather famed as a poet and usually frequentines quite frequently. You didn't necessarily expect him to go to a brothel though. So seeing him coming back from what has been called to you a bathhouse, where you expect to, people to go to pay prostitutes, kind of shocks you a bit, especially when you notice the company, because you never heard of somebody going to a brothel with two ladies, and you're a little confused initially.
I kind of just want to scoff and say man whore, but like under my
I mean, valid.
Valid. Exactly.
The looks aren't exactly the best, so yeah, makes sense.
But I'm gonna leave the man whore out of this. I just scoff. Gotta roll my eyes before approaching.
So meanwhile,
And just,
here it is. You see, as if summoning him out of thin air, you said you should ask Samir. Well, here he is.
wow!
I don't remember what I wanted to ask.
Oops.
Oh,
It's
Would that
me.
be
Just
so
when it could be
preoccupied.
used.
yeah. I'm like trying to remember what I go to say something, but then where you just completely blank, and I'm like, I'm just like
I
staring
don't want to
blankly.
know actually. Don't say anything. I don't want to know what just happened in there.
Oh, and that, you
So,
mean
yeah.
my shoulder?
Yes.
Oh,
no.
don't worry about it. I was attacked by a hideous creature.
Oh.
Glare.
Why? Since when are there creatures in the house?
You would be surprised. Sometimes they just walk amongst us.
Still one in there.
Well,
Grr.
I'm afraid I kind of need to go back in there.
Oh, wait, y'all go to the bathhouse somewhere?
I'm what?
Wait, where are you going? I'm so
I'm trying to go inside.
inside where?
Oh my god.
In the house, in the bathhouse.
Why? Wait, why?
What?
Because I'm looking, searching for someone who I hope is not there.
You hear Ibasad mumble something under his breath and says, "Call me a man whore."
That was so perfect.
My intentions are pure, I assure you, ladies.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure.
My attention is pure. Ooh.
Please. But why are you guys here?
I was following a
Never
Prasad.
mind. I don't want to know at this time. If it has anything to do with that man over there. I don't want to hear it.
Do you have a problem with a Prasad? Like, what's your issue?
Several.
I mean, Ibisad is a very, what do we call it? He's very devoted to his craft.
You know,
Wouldn't you say so? Hey, look at Ashley again.
I'm just glaring at Leo.
So,
Give me 1 second. I just want to tie my hair up.
Yeah, no worries. Go for it.
I'll just go quick in and out, and I'll meet you guys outside. Okay?
Okay, don't get too distracted.
What do you mean?
Oh, you'll see.
I just awkwardly go in, preparing for
So
the
you-
worst at the point.
Okay.
Like so many other men in this context, apparently, you awkwardly slip towards this the entrance. You enter. You are faced with the with the proprietor and this striated woman with long fair hair that nods to you and welcomes you, and she's very polite and friendly and says, "Oh, are you here for the girls or the boys, perhaps?"
What?
No. I'm here for question, which I hope the answer is no to. Have you seen this person who kind of looks like me? Which is not me, by the way. I hope not.
What?
She seems a little confused initially by the questioning, especially by the wording of the questioning. Then regards the portrait, let's say, the sketch that you drew of this person, and regards it, and then looks at you, and you can see that her expression is becoming more and more hostile towards you. She says, "Whatever you're looking for, whatever you want with her, you're not welcome here."
Damn.
What?
But
Mine.
so she's not here. I hope.
Oh, she is, but she doesn't want to speak to you or any of your kind.
Racism. I'm just. Go.
I mean, they are very racist. That's
could
canon.
I leave a note, perhaps? Would that be fine?
I doubt she would care to read it. Now, if you would
Then
be so
I'm
kind
just
and
gonna
leave.
leave. I'm gonna leave. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.
You turn around and head out the door of this subterranean bathhouse. You come outside to this clearing, and you see that there is the already mentioned movement of men coming and going more or less discreetly from the nearby village, and you notice that there is something inside the tree line off to one of the sides of the entrance. You notice that there is somebody, a figure that to you is somewhat familiar, seems to be scurrying towards the trees, hiding away, leading a horse by its reins.
I quickly jog over to the rest of the group, and I'm like, "Well, I'm done. We should go."
what happened? Are you okay? Well, evidently not, but what happened?
I want you all to imagine I have this 1,000 yards
I'm not
stare
worried.
on my face.
Look at you.
Everything is fine. But
Samya, if you're going through something, it's okay. We're here for you.
Nice.
we should go. This is crazy, guys. They're after me.
Okay.
He's after you.
I can't tell you, but
I'm not.
they surely do not like me. So we should go.
What did you do?
Can I start bolting? I just start.
As you're having this exchange with Leo, you cannot shake the recollection, the thought that the shape you saw was who you are looking for. There is some familiarity. I mean, there is some years have passed, and so you're not entirely certain. And you saw only just the person kind of turning and leaving, just the silhouette almost. But it's her. You're sure. You're positive.
Guys, I really need to drink. So we should get out of here. Maybe return another time. Maybe not.
Okay. You do have to talk about this, Samya. It's not healthy to bottle things in. And I'm a very good listener.
And Leo, it's also not good to force someone to talk.
Water.
Right, you're absolutely right, actually. I'm so sorry for being insensitive.
I think you guys don't know the way out, do you?
Alice?
I'm pretty sure
I'll help.
Prasad knows the way out, though, don't you, Prasad?
He turns and says, well, as long as I can spot Torspila from here, I should be able to make it there, yes.
See, we're fine.
Then there's no reason to hang back here. We should go right now.
Oh.
Like right now.
Okay.
Prasad is exceptionally suspicious and is staring at Samyar and says, so, what's up with you? You seem to have some concern, probably some personal concern, but what is it?
None of your business.
What's
None of your
business.
business. It's none of your business. I want to say some mean words, but I feel like I'll get jumped.
He places his hands on his hips and says, look, you tried to attack me. You have been hostile for no reason. What is the problem?
Did I not
Yeah.
tell you to be
a
silent?
little bit harder. This time.
Well, I don't tell you to be silent about anything when you try to punch me.
Oh, why would you do such a thing, Samya?
You
Why?
angrily glares at Samyar.
I tap
Yes, I
Ipasar
mean,
on the
it's
shoulder.
It's like
he-
I become a whole different person when I drink, guys. Yeah.
It's okay, Samya. You didn't mean it. See, Izzy, he didn't mean it.
Didn't
Yeah, I'm a
mean
peaceful
it.
being.
Ipsy?
Yeah.
Is that referring to Ipasar?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I would do it again if I had the chance.
He's joking.
Nah, I'll fucking jump you too. Get ready.
Oh my god.
But,
This
anyways,
group
my
is so
point is,
violent.
We should go, like, right now. Yes. Explanation can wait.
No, it cannot, says Ibassad
Oh.
rather sternly. It says, you have anything to say? Say it now. I mean, there's still light, we're safe. Torspila isn't far, we can reach the palisade in a blink. Go ahead, explain.
I mean, Samyar, you might
You know-
as well just spit it
You
out.
guys can't stop me. So
Gosh, Ashlear, didn't you say that we
you
shouldn't
guys have to
force people
tackle
to
me for
open
this.
up?
I swear. Gun at my head. Pull the trigger. I'm not saying shit. What up?
It's okay, Samya. We can talk over it over a drink, when you're ready.
Whatever floats your boat.
So you're facing Ibassad and looking in the direction of Torspila, and you see that the poet is crossing his arms and frowning, and he isn't buying it, and he is definitely waiting for an explanation. After a second, you notice that there's a small grin forming on his face. There's this expression, somewhat satisfied and a bit content, I suppose. And after a moment, he says, "Well, if you're not gonna explain to us, you can explain to her, presumably."
Her?
And
Her?
Boom.
instinctively turn around and you see your sister standing behind you with the same horse that you saw recently, that she was leading, and you're now extremely positive that it was her. And you hear her say, "Hello, Samir."
Dude, I just start pissing myself. I start. God. Is that really you? Oh my god. Oh,
Is this who
Yes,
you...
it's me. If you're here on behalf of our father, I'm not coming back.
Who do I look like? Do I look crazy?
Well,
Okay.
she eyes you
Well,
up and down with a bit of amusement in her expression, and a bit of brotherly fondness. As she says, "Well, I could say some things."
I'm not here for that.
All right. So why are you here?
I left on my own accord.
Oh, you too. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like, well, what should I say?
What do we need?
So in this moment of awkwardness, of siblings awkwardness, I suppose, Leerthis, you notice something that really astounds you immediately. And it isn't Samya's sibling, sister, but rather the horse that she's leading, because the horse is not a horse at all. It's actually, clearly, once you focus on it, something that has been stitched up to look like a horse.
I walk towards this
Hi.
horse-like creature,
This is totally
and
back.
I want to take a closer look at where it's been stitched together.
You come by close by, and you see that this animal reacts exactly like a horse. It hises you, it turns its neck to follow you when you come to its side, and sniffs you, and muzzles you a little, and that's all the reactions that you would expect from a horse, being somewhat cautious of a stranger and looking it up, but rather serene. It seems like a rather cold-blooded sort of horse, if you're familiar, not particularly excited. But you go and try to pet it a little and keep it at ease during this exchange, and you begin to examine its limbs and its shoulders, and in correspondence to the joints, there are markings, almost lines, and under your feet, under your fingertips, you can feel that there is actually a gap there, and it isn't so much stitched together. Like there's actually some sort of almost filaments connecting underneath, and it's fascinating because you're pretty sure by the reflections that you managed to spot in this gap between or over the joints of this animal, like the reflections like of copper, maybe a metal, a reddish metal.
Wow. I'm like in awe, and then I'm just like, I look towards Ashley and I'm like, Ashley, have a look at this. I'm actually nice. Like I say, it's like an
Suddenly
energetic
nice.
way.
I am suspicious, but I ask, look at what? I wasn't paying attention.
Just look at this horse. Don't you think doesn't it strike you as odd? Have a look at it. See how it reacts.
I suppose.
So when you draw a little closer, you come to notice that what seemed like a normal white horse actually has this, specifically the forelimbs seem to be strange, a little hot, a little peculiar in shape, and then you notice that they have, like, in correspondence to the joints, there are these little gaps, and there seem to be some metallic reflections inside said gaps, and you think, by examining it a little bit closer, both of you manage to figure out that apparently this is, yes, a horse, but with some sort of prosthetics almost for the forelegs, and the rest seems organic. The forelegs seem to have an exterior that is covered in the same fur as the rest of the horse, but there are these gaps that articulate these limbs, and it's just puzzling, because otherwise it moves exactly like any other horse you ever see.
Isn't this just fascinating?
I mean, to you, it's not very something I'm interested in, I would say. I mean, sure.
Surely it doesn't.
You notice something
Doesn't
curious,
bother
that when Ashley says that it isn't so fascinating, the horse reacts almost as if it understood the words, and kind of gives a little nudge with its muzzle against the fairy.
Oh, what?
What was that?
It neighs somewhat loudly in your direction and stomps one of its hoofs.
I back away from it, and I'm like, did it just like understand me or something?
Wow, that's amazing.
I think so, yeah.
Now do you find it fascinating? So not only can it hear us, but I mean, you've seen its legs and things, right? It doesn't... There's something about it that isn't quite... It's uncanny.
I guess. I mean, it looked weird.
When you say
really?
it's uncanny, Leo, the horse actually lowers its head slightly, and one of its eyes stares directly into you, very intently.
I stared it back just in awe. I was like, what are you? This terrifyingly beautiful creature. I'm like awestruck by its creation.
You are such
When you
a
focus
weird.
for a moment into the eye specifically and look back at this animal, you don't know exactly why, and you wouldn't be able to explain it too logically, but you have the impression that there is some more intent than you would expect from an animal in this stare. And at your questioning, it seems almost like it's shaking its head and in a sort of nod, almost motion, and that you have the impression that there's some attempt at communication, and it's just both puzzling and somewhat confusing to some extent, but also certainly fascinating. And you notice that Samir's sister, that is holding the reins of this, you presume, animal, after a moment distracts herself from her brother and turns to you, hearing your enthusiasm for the thing, and says, well, yes, he is the first of his kind and isn't complete necessarily, but we're still trying to see this project through.
What is he?
Well, he is, you could say, an innate, I presume? Well, truly a spirit that has taken residence in him, or, well, in the body.
When did you become a magician?
She smiles faintly and tries to elaborate. Says, well, here in the Coven they are trying to figure out a way to, well, lessen the toll of death on horses or striated factions. And this one fell during a skirmish and lost its four legs. So we gave them back to Hit and then called somebody to wake him up.
How amazing. This is amazing. And then I'm just like circling around this creature and just basically obsessively looking at it and trying to take notes, and I'm just like, you are a beautiful creature.
And you can tell that there is, you wouldn't know how to explain it, but you can absolutely tell that the horse is showing pride at the fact that you're going around it and admiring it and saying, oh wow, you're amazing, you're so fascinating. And you can tell that it's clearly expressing some form of pride, you know, and excitement. And the more you interact with this horse, the more you're convinced that it is understanding you when you speak.
Okay, now I have delusions of grandeur and I think I can communicate with animals. Because I'm just so...
Well,
I'm like,
when you actually stop and think about it for a second, you think there's a spirit in there. And spirits are essentially innates that have been jostled up a bit because of effectively dying. And so their psyche isn't exactly all there often, but they are sentient creatures. So if it's a spirit that is animating this thing, it does understand me, technically.
wow.
Gonna walk up to my little sister.
Mm-hmm.
So, the lady inside, I asked around town, the lady inside said, do they want to see me? Which I understand, look, if it was someone else, but like, it's me.
Trying to climb to the top there.
She lets out a long sigh and says, no, I just told her that my king might come and look for me, and I told her to send them away. That didn't mean specifically you.
Understandable. So I think I want to show you. I did pretty good, right? I mean, wasn't spot on. Like, I hadn't seen you for a few years. Like, I don't even know. But I think it was pretty great.
She smirks and says, well, alright. Yeah, well, you also found me. Congratulations.
Might be after me too. So,
She says, did you hear about father?
I might have. Someone told me about death. We all look the same. It's a sheep. Our species.
She shakes her head and says, no, it's true. I've received a message from our brother. He is dead.
Damn.
They wanted me to be, well, they said if I stay in the Hermitage, they won't bother me anymore. But I have to be a nose, and I don't want to.
Which I understand.
They want the same for you. You're the second son. You're the second male, and our brother needs to inherit. And if you're around and you're not in the clergy, you're a danger to him.
I hadn't been in home in a while.
I know, but they will come looking, and if you're not wearing either an axe on your head or a noose around your neck, they're probably going to want you dead.
Well,
Wasn't able to
What?
comment.
I already betrayed my house once with this twice, you know. I don't want to go back. With the reputation he so I'm guessing I can't stay any longer.
I don't know, missed the time.
She says, well, look, it's
Missed the time. Oh.
the place where the nooses are dwelling. I'm assuming if you found me here, you've probably been there as well.
Yeah.
They're welcoming. You could stay as well. It's a peaceful life. It's harmless. You don't have to actually believe any other dogma. No, I don't care about it one bit, but they don't mind. I'm just a hermit, like the others.
But
Tia can actually leave and come by here and work on this research with Raya. They don't care. They're not too strict. Just as long as you're within the Hermitage, just don't speak, and it's fine. There's this vow of silence, but obviously you don't have to stand by it when you're outside. They help a lot of folks like us, you know. Some of them are like us. They were meant to inherit something, and maybe some brother or cousin didn't want them to, and they just ran in there, and they're safe there.
no, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. There are still things left unfinished, I feel.
Hit the tank.
I want to make an end to it, first of all. And
Well, alright, just watch your back. I think our brother might take exception to your decision.
Is the tank still there?
you stay safe. Are you happy here?
She seems to think for a moment. She looks down, she kind of kicks the dirt a bit, says, yes, I think I'm happy. It's peaceful again. There's someone I I'm fond of. I'd like to stay.
Okay, you need somebody to look at after the day.
I don't need to know your business, lady.
Oh, come on, I
Uh.
didn't say anything. Just, you know, I have friends here. It's nice.
That's great. Well, I'll try and come visit, but I need to make an end to something.
Well, alright, just be careful.
I'll be careful. Yes. Have you seen the way I? Wait, you haven't.
I don't know, I
asked
just
you
see
that,
you with
like-
that shield that it's still pretty recognizable, honestly.
Damn.
How did that miss?
Is it because of the colors? It's because of the colors, isn't it?
It's because it's either what everyone assume it might be, or you're just a deserter running from an army. It doesn't look good either way.
I mean, I scratched it out.
Yeah, exactly,
I
like somebody running would.
Maybe I need to dump this shield or repaint it.
Maybe you need to paint it over with something different. Maybe you need to join another knight and say, "Look, I'm your servant. Give me your coat of arms, so I can
Yeah,
wear
but
different
guys,
colors,
that
and I
don't
might
speak.
be a little less obvious and more discreet."
Don't worry, I said we found it.
Well, you're so smart.
You know,
Well-
I'm your little sister. I'm smarter than you, of course.
Yeah, whatever you say, lady. But yeah, I'm gonna assume you'll be left alone right now, right? Like, right
As
back.
as long as they find me in the Hermitage, yes,
I'm
they
just
won't
gonna chill out here.
bother me.
I want you to write back to the house, our house, our call alarms, and just say I was by. I'll probably be gone by then, but so if they were to look for you
I'm just chilling.
for malicious intent,
I'm not
if you don't, I hope. You're smart, you'll figure it out. Just mislead them a bit.
He takes a deep breath, and after a bit, she sighs and says, "Well, look, the only dangers I'm really foreseeing for myself is my brother coming with a marriage proposal and sending me to another family, hoping that will build some kind of alliance with them. But who cares? I'll say that I'm just devoted to Agot and avoid it. But you're in danger."
You don't have to worry about me. I already came all this way. I can't go another whole ways. You're right. Just right back.
Well, I surely hope you're right, but we'll see, I suppose. Just watch your back. I mean, I don't know.
And if not, be there at my execution. I'll be seeing you in the stands.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't know how our brother was affected by father's passing. I don't know. Now all the responsibility is on him. All the decisions, all the house, all the power. And you know how easily that can twist somebody and make them dangerous. So be careful. I'm sure there are people whispering in his ear that you might at some point lay claim to the title and then be a nuisance, and he might listen, even if he knows it's not true, even if it knows it's such a distant chance, he might come looking. So yeah, be careful.
Yeah, people on the roof.
I'll be careful. I got a whole party with me for distraction purposes.
You see that your sister looks at the other people gather, and then she focuses on Ibasad and smiles and beams and says, "Is that Ibasad?"
Not that guy.
Oh my god.
Not that guy. Don't begin about that guy. Please, I beg of you. I don't like him.
Is he a friend of yours?
He's not my friend. He's not my friend.
Could you have him write me a verse or something?
The only verse he can write is about how pathetic he is. I don't want to subject you to that. I'll write you a verse.
Oh, come on.
In heaven,
famous.
there's no beer. That's why we drink it here. There you have your verse. Anything else? Don't ask me about him again.
She
Yeah, go and take
observe
my
your unexpected hostility with some
sitting just
puzzlement. Then says, "Well, all right, whatever. I'll bring back the horse and then head over towards the Hermitage. I'll see you, I suppose."
I'll be definitely looking forward to write. And I might even write the problem about this guy.
There's a guy that's hiding.
Stay tuned.
This guy is
So your sister is going back towards the Coven's den.
She's taking the horse?
Yeah, she would be taking the horse along.
Oh. I ask if I can exchange addresses so that we can write letters because I want to be her friend. So I just say, wow, Samir has not said a lot about you, but I can see why. You are much more accomplished than he is. No offense, Samir is a very lovely person, and I'm quite glad to be his friend. If you really worked on this, you have such an amazing mind, and I wish to learn from you.
He says, "Well, I didn't do too much on my own. Raya helped me, and Ibasad from time to time when he comes by. He lends a hand as well."
Of course, but don't be too humble. You have, of course, contributed, and I mean, I know it's so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed, but I'd really like to be, at least in correspondence with you. I'm so inspired.
Oh, well, all right, I suppose. My name is Hannah. I dwell in the Hermitage outside the town mostly. You can ask there. They usually, if there's any, say, message for me, they will give it.
Right, thank you so much. I'm so appreciative. Wow, I can't believe. Gosh, and I'll make sure to keep an eye on Samya for you. I mean, he's a good friend, but you know how he can be.
What do you mean?
He nods.
What do you mean?
He nods, very, very in agreement with that. And says, "Oh yes, I know, of course. Thank you. Yes, keep an eye on."
I just look baffled. With my head like I'm stunned. What do you mean by this? What do you mean?
Well, you know.
Oh, no.
That's it.
And then I just wink at Hannah, and then like amusingly, and then I sort of walk away, and my expression dropped. You can't see me, but I was just acting.
I mean,
So
of course.
Well,
So you collectively, after saying goodbye to Anna, you head back towards the town, and again, even though mostly towards, we're headed towards the evening, it's getting darker, it's definitely the sky in the midst of the foliage is getting a little more red and tinging with orange and starting to turn to set. You need to navigate this trip back once more.
Oh, God.
Let's see.
Let's
Let's see how that goes.
Oh, gods.
Oh.
No.
Oh, God. Wake up. Well, anyone else?
Oh, this is interesting. So,
Oh no.
Ashlia, you pulled the artist's card.
Oh, what the fuck?
So,
What?
Yeah, the Queen of Hearts.
Oh
That's yours. You
shit!
can get it back if you want.
God.
Oh my god!
I can take it back?
Yep.
No, my card.
No, I will let her keep it. Only because
It's gonna be used now.
You're
Yeah.
such good friends. Yeah, of course.
Such good.
yeah, she's my best friend.
Oh my god, such a manipulative hoe.
So,
Okay.
your highest hand currently is a 15, by the way. So, how do you want to handle this?
We should all hit.
Technically, yeah. I mean, Leo as that's the best option in this sense because she's not even, even if she pulls an ace, she's fine. I mean,
I don't think I'm good. I think I have a very high number. I don't know what number the queen is, but yeah.
well, it's a 14, so it isn't terribly at risk of busting, but there is a chance.
No, I'm not taking a
Samia's
gamble.
15 is a little more dangerous, obviously. But Leo, you could eat pretty easily. I mean, you're at 9. I mean, you bust at 22, so
I hit.
okay. There you go, 19. That's a lot better, right?
There's the queen.
Ooh.
Still, you're pretty confident you can find your way back this time, even without Bent to guide you.
Yes,
It's
Harry.
gonna be fine. As you march back towards the town, you notice amidst the trees. First off, you're pretty sure you took a different route than when you came. Even though with the forest being this thick, it's really difficult to estimate, and the paths that are formed by the passage of people are not very well defined whatsoever. You notice that inside the forest, at some point, you come by what seems to be a sort of moat, like somebody has dug a barrier almost to then give access with a earth bridge, pretty much, that divides this moat to a simple hut with a small fence on its sides, and you hear some rustling in the vicinity and notice that past the fence there is an individual it's rather striking in shapes. You see that this is a Freeman with a red fur, which is pretty uncharacteristic already, but he seems to have large black fangs almost protruding from his bottom lip, and he basically notices you coming by from the other side of the moat and almost glares at you and dashes behind the hut immediately.
Oh.
And you have the impression that just by this fairly secluded retreat and by the attitude of the inhabitant that this might not be the most recommendable place to be, and probably the inhabitants aren't exactly friendly.
Um,
I'm gonna push Imbasad in front of the group. He's
What?
gonna be our body shield.
No.
um,
You're gonna
Gonna
be
be
the
our
meat
meat
shield.
shield.
No, you're gonna be the meat
No, I
shield.
don't have enough meat.
I don't care. You're gonna
Actually-
be the meat shield.
he did say he'll take a blade for me.
Exactly.
Mm,
He should be the meat shield.
No.
That's one interpretation of what has been said, I suppose.
No.
He will be fine. He's a local, am I right? Guys, come on. Just push him in front of the group.
So what do you
Oh.
do? You've seen
I
this
just
this
asked-
individual dashing behind the hut, and the rest seems to be quiet, but this very isolated den seems somewhat
Either
less than
that
recommended.
or I'm gonna start singing some opera. to kill him.
What?
Um,
Haven't you guys haven't seen that method yet? Just start acting crazy and they won't touch you. I dare you.
I look at Ipisad, I'm like, do you know what the right thing is to do in this situation? I mean, you're so knowledgeable.
He says, "Well, unless we want our purses to be emptied, I think we should head back towards town."
That's interesting. Are you
That
afraid?
said, of bandits? Yes, usually. They're less than pleasant company.
Very well.
I found the number. Okay.
What did you
What?
do? What?
For some extra safety,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out this right here. Oh.
But it's best.
Well,
What is this?
What's that?
this is the
Oh
song
my.
I'm gonna fucking scream out on top of my lungs.
You start
Act a little bit
singing and
silly.
screaming a song
Oh God.
for
I
some
have a
reason.
feeling you might notice. Guys, it's a scary method, guys. Ooh.
I look at Ipisad and then I look at Samya and I raise my eyebrow.
It's beautiful.
Ipasad continues to walk in the direction that he supposes Orspila to be, trying to ignore the screaming Oberyn that is leaving behind.
Yeah.
No, let's let Samya cook.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
cooking right
it's
now.
so
Can you
good
guys listen to
cook.
this song right here? Like,
So he's
Um,
screaming, and at some point from the hut, you can see that somebody emerges, and it's this lean figure. It's probably a carver, so basically a stag. But you notice that he also has, although his fur is almost golden, so almost a blonde, and he has this tiny, not horns. What's the name for the? What's the name
Antlers?
for the antlers? That's the one. Thank you. Yeah, he has tiny antlers, and he also seems to have these black fangs or like tusks coming out of his bottom lip, and he has a strange symbol on his forehead, like maybe a tattoo of a axe blade, and
Oh,
he's glaring towards Samyar viciously, and he's training a crossbow his way.
bro.
I immediately run behind Ipisad.
So, Samya, you also notice this figure is definitely aiming a crossbow in your face, basically. He's not close whatsoever. The situation is that the clearing constitutes a vast
I want to
landscape.
intensely stare this figure down to assert my
Okay.
dominance.
He shoots you.
Okay, instructions.
Oh no!
So let's see
I-
what happens. These are his...
Gary comes back fully charged.
Well, that's his end so far. Let's see. It's a 7. Technically a
Okay,
8. 15.
Nice, go in the tank.
And that's a 20.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Well, since you were doing nothing actively to defend yourself, the crossbow bolt just perfectly trained on your chest just flies in the air. You can almost follow it, even though, you know, it's pretty fast, obviously, but
Yeah, no, but
you see it coming, and let me
Yeah,
check.
this is second tank there.
Amount of damage. So you do have a padded harness, I believe.
Mine doesn't really make much of a difference in this game mode.
Okay, that helps at least. Let's see. The crossbow is. Oof. Okay. Yeah, the
They are
crossbow is
on the
kind of
left-hand side.
painful. Ouch. So basically, you see this small wooden bolt with a iron tip and tiny fletching
sorry,
across
I
the
want to
air
say-
between you and this figure. You hear the nut on the crossbow rolling, and a second afterwards you hear this slamming impact in your chest,
No, the recon.
and you
on the
take
mount.
5 damage to your might,
Oh,
which
my God.
renders you spent, and it's definitely quite painful. You find yourself gasping for air after the impact and stumbling backwards.
Dude, what the fuck? um,
You immediately
Why?
figure that whoever you're facing is
That's
not
from my
particularly intent on exchanging pleasantries.
Guardian.
So I presume that Leorites and Ibasad are making their way rather hastily away from whatever this is going to be. Ashlia, do you stick to them, and are you also kind of
I am-
trotting?
I'm sticking to episode, yeah.
Yeah. So
you guys
basically,
just leave me
Samia,
behind.
you standing there shouting this song, and somebody who's probably not particularly recommendable company just emerged from this hut, trained a crossbow towards you, and when he saw that you were intent on, you know, stopping the song or leaving, shot you dead in the chest, and you feel the pain after the impact, and you see blood spreading on the padding that you wear, and you're positive that although the wound didn't strike you straight in the heart and kill you outright, this might be a lethal wound if you don't tend it quite urgently.
Ouch.
Everybody has
definitely,
to be always close to
Okay,
death.
alright, man. I'll leave it. I just start bolting.
So after the impact,
Um,
you stumble backwards, you fall, and then immediately scurry to your feet and begin to trot after the others. And whoever was in the hut, you briefly cast a glance behind and see that he just come back inside and close the door, and apparently isn't intent on following you or chasing you, but you run after them, the rest of the group, and and essentially
Not
show
to
them
go,
that
I kinda
no,
got
you're
shocked at this.
you're definitely stumbling and limping a little and started to feel short of breath when you reach them, and you guys immediately see that Samyar is probably dying on his feet because he's been shot in the chest with a crossbow, and
Anyone
he's
have a
bleeding quite
rag,
profusely.
guys? Anyone have a
let's
rag
not.
or band-aid or
We shouldn't
I need
pull
to
out
stop
the
this
arrow.
thing
You'll
right?
die if you pull it out. You have to leave it until. I don't know
Ibasad
what you-
agrees and says, "Yeah, no, don't pull it out. That's gonna tear your muscles straight out together with it. Most likely, I'm pretty sure it's barbed, seeing how much it's bleeding."
Sure, I'll just walk upright until we reach an hospital. How about that, guys? Yeah.
No,
sure, I'll do that.
lay
I'll
down,
just do
lay
that.
down. You're bleeding out. Just lay down.
On
We
the
need
floor?
to stop the
On
bleeding.
this dirt right
Yes.
here. Oh my god.
Yeah, immediately. You're gonna die.
I just think about the mushrooms. I'm sort of like,
Do I waste them
No.
now, or like, do
yeah, like,
I use them on Salvia and waste them, or do I keep them for later?
yeah, I'm sort of
Um,
debating with myself, but then I realize that, oh no, I have to like, Samya's hurt, so
You have to
like,
be a team
oh,
player right now.
yeah, it's like, you know, I feel like having Samya around.
So
Fine.
Ibasad is immediately helping you lay down and kneeling on top of it and trying to figure out this wound. And he sees that, as he suspected, the padding has been cut. So presumably the bolt had a barbed head, and consequently the wound's channel is pretty narrow, but kind of also broad. And he says, we cannot push it through, it will kill him, so we have to extract it somehow, but how the hell do we do that?
Can I?
I mean,
Lots of alcohol, guys.
No, wait.
You need-
I have
We need
a.
something to bite down on.
Oh my god. Let me cook. I will murmur to.
So obviously, in order to heal him, you have two options. One is essentially a surgery, but Leo, you know that you studied medicine, you studied also battlefield medicine essentially, and you know that the School of Ammon is renowned for the use of crossbows on a battlefield, and so they also are fairly familiar on how to handle the wounds that they may cause. And the barbed bolt tend to spin slightly once it enters, so the wound's channel is probably twisting somewhat inside after the impact, which means that if you pull directly as it stands, there are 100% chances that you tear the muscles and open another wound and probably kill him directly. The other option obviously is twisting it slightly, accompanying the motion, basically twisting as you pull and try to and essentially hope that you guessed the spinning direction of the bolt correctly, not to make too much of a mess, and obviously then having to stop the bleeding and then kind of put as much pressure as possible on it, and then most likely to cauterize it or stitch it very tight. But either ways, you're not hopeful. You're pretty positive that a wound of this sort, smack in the middle of the chest, since he did essentially nothing to try to dodge it or get out of the way or alter the bandit's aim in any way, you think,
I thought Toshkila was civilized. I thought
You
we were
think-
civil right here.
I don't know if I can save him just by operating. It might be already too late. You have some suspicion that he's only alive because there was a sternum to save his heart, otherwise the bolt would have gone right through it.
this, I feel like I have a suspicion that Ashley is probably the person to help, and this, my ego would want to operate on Samya and I wouldn't
kill
mind
him,
if he lived or
probably.
died. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he lived or died, but at least I can be like, oh, I tried to save him. Look at me, I'm a hero. But
The other option,
No,
Actually,
my
as you
sister
know,
died.
is
Happy guys.
actually murmuring. So the first part of the procedure is the same. You have to somehow extract this bolt without tearing most of the tissue in the way, and then you have to murmur the tissue close, which, you know, in a sense, you think you're confident that somebody that studied in the school of Sion or Seon would have some competence to help you extract the bolt, but probably would not be too enthusiastic about the use of murmur afterwards. Then again, you don't seem to have too many options because this is a very grievous wound, and
Jesus Christ. The light
Well,
is getting
you know.
brighter, guys.
you know you stood there singing while somebody was aiming a very deadly weapon at you. So
I mean, is it really my fault to think that a city is civilized? Yes or no?
well, I mean, that there was the crossbow aimed at you part that was pretty clearly telling you, hey, we're not too civilized right now. So
I'm just gonna vent and blame Imbasa for this.
Why you?
I will
course.
let
It's
Ashley.
supposed to be a meat shield, dude.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'll let Ashley cook, but the whole situation makes me go into a silent rage because not only is my ego blown by the fact that like I won't be the one saving Samya, I feel like Samya caused the situation for me.
there is one
Purpose.
faint option that kind of surfaces as you think about it. You're thinking about the fact that the mushroom that you've been given were ground, and so they're essentially a powder, and you're thinking maybe
But they're not mushrooms.
I know, but your medical mind tells you if I make a paste that is thick enough, it might stop the bleeding just physically, just create an obstruction that is sufficiently dense to serve as something to stop the blood loss, maybe, hopefully.
I hope it did my nipple, guys. Oh my god, I'm dying.
I will just let Ashley cook for now, and then I'll just see if the mushrooms are needed.
Okay. So, Ashley, do you want to use the murmur to try to sort this out?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so do you also want to initially extract the bolt, or are you trying to murmur the bolt out as well? Because that's obviously a little more difficult rather than,
I want to do both.
Okay, so you attempt to both essentially use the murmur to influence the matter of the bolt itself to move it out slowly and carefully, and then use the murmur to influence the flesh and the tissues matter to close the wound. Let's see.
But first I want to say that I do want to have Ashley just experience a tiny bit of insanity afterwards.
Okay, yeah,
Just to
makes
be
sense.
petty. Just to be petty.
Just to say, see, it's your fault, Sam.
Guys.
No, like I'm cooking up a story in my head. Trust the process.
Interesting.
It's all Samya's fault.
Long as I still live after this.
Bro, trust the process.
Well, you live. You've just triggered some sort of like spiral, at least in me.
Bro, I am fucking spiraling with jealousy right now, so let just trust the process.
Jealous. I'm jealous.
I am jealous.
You.
No, bro.
Oh my god.
While you guys are like bickering, I'm still dying. By the way, just like you guys know.
There's
I'm
that.
jealous
Yeah.
of how cool Ashley is
I
at
start
like fixing things with her
dramatically gasping
mind.
for air.
So, play your card. Ashlia, please.
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
see how it went.
I just needed 3 cards. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So
Okay,
that's a
okay,
five.
so that's encouraging. You know, it's below 21. That's the point. So you successfully close your eyes very tightly and squeeze your entire being almost. You tense up, and the muscular tension somehow creates this vibration in your ear, and you focus to attune it to the same frequency of the bolt. You manage to create a resonance there, enough to move it, and slowly, very slowly and carefully extract the metallic and sharp blade from the wound channel in a way that it follows the twists enough not to tear any more flesh on its way out. The barbs are fairly sharp, and when you actually manage to get them out of the wound, inevitably a pure fountain of blood begins to bubble out. And so immediately you attempt to use the murmur further and close your eyes once again and try to focus to sort
God,
this
is that
out.
my liquid?
Oh shit! The
That's
cards.
inside my body, guys.
Okay, do I? Okay, do I play the cards?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Eh.
So, little problem here.
Uh-oh.
You're at 26. So,
Can I?
as for per all of the hands, you can use your attributes to modify them as well. So, for instance, your score in hearts is a 5, conveniently, which would bring the total down to a 21. Big success. Other alternatives would be using wits, but then you go down to 20. It's not really that much of a change. Obviously, another option that is a little more tricky and challenging, but would probably be hilarious for the story, is using your ace to adjust the hand.
That is
that
what I
case-
was gonna do.
Okay, if you want to, you can. You
But
can
I don't-
substitute.
But I don't feel like this is like a massive serious situation for Ashia for me to want to use my ace.
Especially because you
guys
know
just
that
hate me.
it literally means that you would immediately be possessed.
Yeah,
Oh.
we don't want that. We don't want that. So what I'll
Yeah,
do
usually.
is I'll use my heart and adjust it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your heart goes down to 4, but you successfully begin to murmur again. You're focused and you feel this tension. You feel this different vibration, and it's almost like you take notice of some strange resonance in the earth beneath Samir, as if there was some sort of protest almost with this upsetting of the natural status quo.
No, magic, no.
But after a moment, you manage to slowly, basically work your way upwards from the bottom of this very profusely bleeding wound upwards to the surface. And finally, with an immense amount of focus and concentration that costs you quite a bit of your energy, you finally manage to seal up this wound. When you actually open your eyes, you find yourself kneeling close to Samyar. Samyar is laying down, is feeling terribly, obviously. The pain is still excruciating despite the fact that the wound is sealed, and you still are in a veritable pool of your own blood, but you find breathing a little easier already, and you actually notice that Ibassad is close to you and is keeping a hand on your shoulder and looking at you and is very concerned and is keeping his eyes just trained
Alright.
on you.
Don't start booting on me. I beg. Please.
I glare
He
at
says-
this.
He says, "Did
Not
you? What did you do?"
I
violated.
used some magic to help Samyar.
He stutters a little. He's clearly concerned and says, "Do you feel any different? Is there anything strange? Do you feel anything off?"
No, just dizzy and exhausted.
All right, we'll have to keep an eye on it. If it's from just the effort, or if there's something more.
Yeah.
That was very dangerous, though. Be careful.
I appreciate the concern. I just didn't think there was any other whoa, English, hello?
I
I didn't think there was. I couldn't think of any other solution, and I just me. I just tend to want to help, even though I don't know Samir that well. I wouldn't want to leave someone dying.
I'm
No, of course,
seething.
That was wise of you. And I honestly, I don't know if we could have saved him otherwise. That was a terrible wound.
Yeah, but that did take a lot of my energy. And I just need to rest.
Can I at least move away before you guys start making out on me, please?
Bro,
I feel violated.
What are you, a kid?
Ew.
What are you, a child? Could grow.
Yes, I feel violated.
Bro, if you're a child, why are
After-
you in this cold?
After having expressed his concern for Ashlia, you see that Ipasat turns a very stern glare towards Samyar and slaps him across the horn.
What the
Says,
fuck?
what the bloody hell were you thinking, you idiot? You absolute moron, you almost got killed. That was a bandit
hey.
then.
I
I
wow.
thought you like
People-
women. The word for the woman instead. How about that?
You could
This
have
whole
died,
time
you
Eva
imbecile.
started. This whole
I
time Eva
The
started.
people in this city were civilized.
It
You
just
live here
continues
longer than
to
I do.
he continues to berate you with just insults, saying, "What were you thinking? You were shouting outside a den of probably outlaws and cutpurse, and what were you expecting other than them coming out and shoot you?"
Domination.
"Oh yeah, I see your domination laying here in a puddle of your own blood, you imbecile."
I mean, it looked really sick though. Am I right?
"Yes, so sick that you could have died, you idiot."
I mean, I still look a little white, but that's because I am white.
"You barely look white, you look red. You almost bled to death, you idiot."
Have you ever seen a red sheep though? That would be really cool.
After a moment, you see that Ipasad is really fuming and just stands up and storms off. Like,
Get
Oh
rage
my
baited.
gosh.
Get rage
know-
baited.
Of all the people who almost died, Ibis never showed any emotion until it came to Samir.
I'm
Guys.
fuming with jealousy.
well, actually, if you remember, he did try his best to help you when you were choking Leo. So
Yeah, but he wasn't like screaming at. He wasn't like screaming at me the same way he was screaming at Samir. The way Ibisa screams at Samir is like the way someone who really loves you is like upset with you.
well, you have more the impression that he's really upset at the fact that he really did this to himself, that he's been in his eyes very dumb and thick and doing something that is just risky for no reason, just and it could makes some sort of
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
I mean, if you remember his philosophy, he's somebody that insists that it feels like a prize
speaking
shouldn't
about
just
that-
die.
Can I just yell at them? At least I'm not afraid to die, you pussy. That would be amazing rage bait. Thank
Do
God.
you do it?
Do it.
Hell yeah, of course.
Oh my
You
god.
shout that?
Oh,
Well, maybe more of a yell.
Okay, so you yell that after him as he's storming off. Do I get that right?
Listen. This might
Yes
not
or
be
no?
for-
It's an easy question. Yes or no?
Yes,
You-
I said yes. Me
Okay,
say
so
yes.
as he does this, still laying on the ground, you, Ashlia and Leoritis, you both see that Ibasat stops dead in his track. And without saying a word, he turns around, unsheathes his sword, and is coming back towards Samyar
Oh,
with murderous intent.
I
Um,
try. Wait, fucking Ashley is fucking like not spent, but she's she's exhausted. So she slowly tries and gets up and like stand between Samya, between him. Words, please, Jesus. I stand between Ibasad and Samyar. Weakly with my arms, like spread out, like trying to stop someone. Yeah. And
You
then
see that Ibasad is looking right through you, past you, to Samyar, and there is this vicious rage in his eyes that you've never seen. It's like maybe you noticed a glimpse of this level of fury when he was battling the hares in the forest before you even reached Torspila, but he's really you have the distinct impression that he wants to murder him where he stands or where he lay, more specifically.
wait. Let me cook. I'm gonna do something very cringe. Okay. I'm just gonna like, like.
this is not you, Ibasad.
Stop. Okay. Wait.
This time I just want to stand up.
Wait. Okay, so I just slowly approach Ibasad and I just go in for a hug.
This is not you, Ibasad.
Stop it,
You forgot-
Ibasad!
You forgot to do that.
I don't need to be drunk for this. I'm already high on fucking lack of oxygen.
Well, that's not good. Anyway,
Oh my
so
God.
you basically grab essentially Ibasad by the hips because he's almost twice as tall as you. You stop him, and you see that you can feel it that he's shaking with rage, and he stops just because he doesn't want to basically drag you along, and says, "I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to kill him."
No.
Starts to mutter to himself.
They're a bit.
I
Sorry. I interrupted.
I'm sorry. I see this. I don't really want to do anything. I just want to let him cook a bit because I feel like Samya needs to be punished for hurting my ego.
Hurting your ego.
I mean, obviously.
My ego, it's hurt.
I mean, you've made Ibasar and Ashlia have a moment. You've made it so you made me look stupid for not being able to do anything.
That's on
your
you,
fault.
bro.
My fault, guys. I didn't. I'm not the planning guy here. Blame Lauren. Blame Lauren.
So,
So my
in my own delusion, I am so angry with you. But at the same time, I don't really want you to die because I like having you around. I just feel like you need to be taught a lesson. So,
oh well, I mean the crossbow bolt to the chest was kind of a lesson, I think.
I mean, am I
No.
already stood up right now, or
I'm angry that he got hit by the crossbow. That's what I'm punishing him for, because him getting hit by the crossbow meant that I looked like an idiot, and that Ashley got all the credit for helping him, and Ashley got to be super cool, and I'm jealous of Ashley. So
Literally.
Look at general chat. That's accurate representation of Ibkhazad right now.
So, well,
I go to
Get rage
Sass.
baited. Oh my god. This was so
I go to Sass, and I'm like, oh, you don't want to kill him. Remember your whole philosophy. You know, overcome death. There's ways to make him suffer whilst he's alive, and that doesn't violate your. That doesn't violate
Don't
your
give
ideals.
it. No.
takes a deep breath. Regards Leoritis for a moment, and then places a hand on Ashlia's back and says, all right, I'm calm.
Okay.
I should probably just cut his legs or something. He says.
I'm
Like,
please.
I need to walk.
let's hold that. Let's hold that for it. You know, you don't want him to be responsible for you losing your values, do you? That would be giving him way more power over you.
Unbelievably
Am I
stupid. He says.
I don't think that it's good to wait. I actually can't English. I need to step out. I don't think. Okay, wait. Yeah, I don't think. It's not the best course of action to injure, even though he has angered you. Yeah, it's not the best course of action. I don't have a script. I'm struggling to speak. Leave me alone.
So after a moment, Ibasad just
I'm just trying to be
Goes
cool.
to-
Just ay.
after a moment, Ibasad finally places his sword back in its scabbard, and you all notice something peculiar about his sword. That when it came out of its scabbard, it actually hissed a little, and you probably know that it means that the steel that it's made of is probably very thin and extremely flexible. Otherwise, it wouldn't ring that way, and probably exceptionally sharp as well.
Well, that's actually good for Samya. It wouldn't have hurt as much.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yes, it would.
No, it's clean. Just
So
Anyways,
after a moment, the Seabar frees himself from Ashlia's hug,
Rude.
continues to try to slow down his breath because he looks positively furious.
Let's go of me.
okay.
I take this
should probably-
opportunity to put my arm around him
I
and
just
it's
want
like
to kind
saying,
of
you know, deep breath.
Anyways, Ashley just plops down to the floor anyway. She did go. She's like.
Basad says, we probably should hurry. I don't think those that dwell in that hut will pass on the opportunity to rob us if they find us here, so let's go, let's move.
I don't know if this will annoy him, but I'm just like, oh, I don't think they'll stand a chance. Not with you and your... Well, you're very spirited when you're angry.
Leah, stop. Just stop.
Rage bait. More rage bait.
No, just don't.
I could just
Yeah.
envision Leoritis there, like running a fingertip on Ibasa's chest or something, while she's focused.
Oh, that would. That. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
No.
Really?
Fucking fuming.
Yeah. Like doing that while Ashley is literally exhausted and can't move. Yeah, like oh my god, I can't.
I know.
What the fuck, man? This is
That's the
brutal.
beauty of it.
Brutal.
Alright.
So, you collectively
let's get
continue.
up.
There is no more streak of blood to follow, fortunately, because up until that point there was definitely a lot of blood to follow, thanks to Samir. And
I picked up one of them.
so, the other is you managed more or less to figure out a way to return to Torspilla relatively safely. If you hadn't kind of kicked the hornet's nest, it probably would have been fine.
Wait, what did I
presume-
do? What?
No, not you. That was Samir that kicked the hornet's nest. But you know,
I mean, you cannot be a poet without getting some critiques, am I right, guys? Am I right?
I
You
guess.
cannot be an artist without critique.
I suppose that's
You just have
That's
to learn
one
the
way to
hard way.
yeah, right. So you head back, and once you arrive to Torspilla, you approach the main gate, and you notice there is some commotion in the square, and you basically see the figure that you have met the first time you arrived at the coven, that the miller that was limping, and he's basically screaming at the top of his lungs, and is holding the child that Samir met at the mill in his arms, and saying,
What did Samia do?
I didn't do anything.
Samyar,
and
what did
he's
you do?
shouting, "Somebody chased her! Somebody's tried to kidnap her! I want that bastard's head!"
Uh-oh.
It wasn't me.
Oh.
Automatically blame
Wait a
Samyar.
minute.
It wasn't me. Just to establish that it wasn't me. Yeah.
Is it safe for Ashlear to be around? Because, you know, fairies, like, steal children.
Obviously,
Uh-oh.
that could be a concern.
I'm literally
But
unable
I'd
to
say-
move. What?
Well,
By the
Maybe
way, who's
I-
carrying me? I can't fly.
either Leo has to carry Ashley or the.
Or the cutie. Oh my god.
I carry Ashlear, actually.
Oh, fuck you.
and drop her accidentally.
Yeah,
Head
No, she's my
very
best
high.
friend. I wouldn't. No, she's my best friend.
Because I'm gonna go out there.
Anyway,
okay.
Exactly.
since it has been a few hours,